Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Shalom, shalom, everyone. I am your host, Elder Ariyaga Bar. Happy to be back. Shalom, make sure everybody goes ahead and hits the like button, if you will. If you're going to be on this show, you understand. Tonight, I would ask that you have the children, not watch this one, because we're going to talk about a few things that, that's just not appropriate for children. Not going to be anything really X-rated, but still, we will be talking about how Babylon is actually falling, guys. Hollywood is being exposed. All of the taskmasters are actually being taken down right now. Why? Because guess what? They only have one last chance, and grace is running out. And the Most High loves the children of Israel that much that He would allow some of our brothers and sisters in some of these ignorantly, and some knowing, into some of these industries, right? And those of them who are in such high places to actually be able to repent before this thing totally implodes and tumbles down. The Bible talks about the end shall come when the truth is spread, the true gospel is spread across the four corners of the earth. And not that we don't have any other places to preach the gospel, but I'll tell you, if it doesn't look like the end is coming, I don't know. Let me tell you, the end of Esau Empire it's tumbling down, guys. We've been across the earth, and YouTube itself, let me tell you, that engine in itself is traveling the whole earth through all the windows and the portals of this technology. And it's hard to not know. It's hard to not know who Israelites are. Now, a lot of people out there are quiet. A lot of Gentiles, a lot of Edomite or white people, a lot of Japhetic or Asian people, a lot of East Indian or Hamite people, or so-called African, which are Hamite people. All of these people know, guys. They've been knowing. But it seems that we are still coming in last. And we want to let me tell you, some of you out there, you're going to have to get your jaws tight. Some of that, you're going to have your ears open. Because only those who have ears to hear will hear. And I know that some of these celebrities, are watching our channels. So this goes for them too. Let me tell you, of course, we already know who's in the news. But listen, we already knew that during our so-called holy day, trumpets, atonement, tabernacles, that the devil was going to be busy. And boy, he's very busy right now. He's very busy right now. And it's a lot of people who are going through little small annoyance annoyances right now, but we have to continue to stand strong, continue to stand fervent. Let me tell you, boy, from Passover to trumpets, let me tell you, we've been warring, holding on strong, and that's what we're supposed to do until the end. Any man that puts his plow down is not fit for the kingdom of heaven. So make sure you take your little breaks when you need them, but you keep on tilling. You keep on tilling. You keep on planting in the vineyard. You keep on being fruitful. Now, hopefully everyone had a beautiful tabernacles. Hopefully everyone had a beautiful tabernacles. We had a beautiful tabernacles, boy, and I know I've seen some of the posts, and I'm going to show some of these things of what we are supposed to be doing while the whole world is busy. They're falling, a bunch of distractions. And like I said, we're going to talk about a lot of distractions tonight. So make sure that you have your popcorn, because we're going to go through a lot of proving how Babylon is falling. And while Babylon is falling, how they're putting out certain distractions, right? And let me tell you, some of these distractions are actually straight comedy. I mean, the baby oil thing. I mean, come on, guys, right? It's one thing to take a brother down, but I mean, I never have I heard in the case somebody mention something that's just so, that have nothing to do with anything. I mean, obviously that has something to do with they're doing private and they're fun, but let me tell you, it just was totally lack of professionalism. But it's a lot going on right now, guys. But I want to show what the saints are doing while the rest of the world is just going crazy. And the same thing we'll be doing in the wilderness, surrounded by fire. And that fire is the angels of the Most High protecting us. So we have to stay focused, continuing to do what we need to do in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the trouble. Right? So first I want to show, because I'm going to show a lot of footage tonight, boy. We're going to go through it. And let me tell you, you're going to get some laughs out of some of this stuff. But I'm going to show you how our childhood was a lie. All of the things that we thought were real was a lie. How they tried to divide us on East Coast, West Coast, and South. I mean, they just totally looked down on the South, but it's just crazy. But anyway, that's another story. But only to stop our people from coming together from who they actually are. The children of God, the children of Israel. See? So, boy, we're going to show it tonight. We're going to show how, let me tell you, the Most High is picking this place apart. Spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom is toppling down just like the ancient empires of Egypt. See? Before we were let free. How he had hardened Pharaoh's heart before we were let free. But what are the saints doing? Glorying in their tribulation. And praise the Most High that we're going to be putting out this word, and we have been putting out this word year after year after year, so that our brothers and sisters can actually repent. And it's going to be some uncomfortable things that even some of these celebrities see of themselves, because they should feel ashamed of what they're doing. They should feel ashamed. But through that shame and through that humility, one is brought back to stand in pride, to stand in confidence, to praise the Most High on high, to save their soul ultimately. You see, a lot of us, we focus on, and I'm talking about this Puffy situation right now about, oh, they're not showing the white people and what the white people are doing. Of course not. Of course they won't show that. But I want to tell you another side of it. The Most High, David used to pray to the Most High. It's all in the scriptures when Ezra was praying to the Most High about why the Gentiles get to do all of these things and get away with them, and so-called get away with them. It seems to the prophets that they were getting away with them, and that our people was suffering when they did wrong, or not that we should do wrong, but that we get chastised under these so-called nations who are doing wrong. Where the Most High allows the Gentiles' sins to come to their height, because the Most High chastened who he loves. So if some of these Gentiles don't follow his son, hey, and believe that he is the Savior that came down, get baptized, he allows their sins to reach to the heights. But us, we can't even sell our soul to the devil and expect to actually be able to stay on the same level as these Gentiles in their kingdom. That's why you see it's only so long before we get caught doing something. And we're like, how would they find that out? They don't need a camera to find it out. Your angel of the presence. Your angel of the presence is going to tell on you. Your angel of the presence is going to go up there every day, tell the Most High what you're doing, and he's going to eventually say, do something to bring them back, as it talks about in Apocalypse of Paul in the extra biblical text. Do something to bring them back and convert them. And eventually it comes to where they have to put something in front of us, whether it's prison, whether it's jail, whether it's a car accident, whether it's us getting sick, whether it's a thorn in our side spiritually, that it provokes us to coming back to the Most High. That's all I see what's going on with Brother Puffy. And Puffy, if you ever listen to this video out there, brother, hey man, listen. Some of the things you're doing, you should be ashamed of. One, you're elder man, you should be being an example, but maybe you didn't know. Maybe you learned wrong. But what's out there is supposed to be shaming, so that you can humble yourself to come back to the Most High. I know you know who we are. I know you know that we are the chosen people of the Most High. If your sons run across this video, I know they're humbled right now to see their father going through such thing. But nothing evil will last forever. And we know, by default, we know that you are not the only person who's doing these things. And guess what? It's out there already. The jokes, the humor. I mean, hell, you put it out there yourself. As a man, you put it out there and said it yourself. And we're going to show that tonight. And hopefully you will see yourself in the mirror. And this show is not just going to be about you, but hopefully you will see yourself in the mirror to say, that's not what I was born for and who the Most High made me. That's not why I exist. I learned wrong. I need to repent and come back to the Most High. You know, you always talk about love, but we need to talk about the love of the Most High in Christ according to his commandments. Not love in, a unholy type of way, so that your legacy can live on and it can reign in righteousness. You see, because we let me tell you, we're going to show all the vultures that's coming out, the culture vultures that's coming out, the Karens who were just as guilty as you, allegedly. They always come out later and do these things against Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, and R. Kelly, so on and so on. Not that any of these brothers are guilty, are innocent, but it's the same old story, right? While the elections are going on, while you understand the immigrants are coming into the country. You see, let me tell you, while people are passing away every other week, celebrities are passing away every other week. We're going to talk about it all tonight to show you how the Most High is, let me tell you, just dropping this place. He allowed Christ and the Holy Spirit to come into us to put that word out. Let me tell you how powerful the word of the Most High is. It's what created all creation. It's what created all creation. And if you want to learn more about creation, make sure that you go to our Hebrew and Bible Academy. All you have to do is go to historytimes.org to learn a powerful lesson on creation that you will never hear anywhere else in the earth. And that's a promise. None of your professors can teach it like this. That's a promise. And that's not nothing cocky. There's some things that's taught in the flesh, but there's some things that's taught in the spirit. But the word of the Most High God is so powerful that when it's spoken, when we prophesy unto the wind, when we prophesy on Babylon, let me tell you right now, guys, that alone takes down these empires. When the so-called children of Israel, the walking dead, the valley of dry bones, got the life and the spirit back in them, and the Holy Spirit back in them of Christ, who is the word, start to prophesy on this earth, that alone is enough to start taking down this empire. You see, hey, I know you've seen so-called Rabbi Shmuley or whatever his name is. No disrespect, but I don't really know how to pronounce his name. Do you see when Candace Owens was speaking those scriptures to him with firmness and confidence, how he sat there quiet as a mouse? Let me tell you, when you understand that word, who you are, and let me tell you, when you address whomever on the evil side with that word, let me tell you, they must obey. The demons in them must obey. So first, guys, I know you see the shirt. Better get in shape. Obviously on the back, I can't show the back right now. I'm just not going to turn all the way around. On the back we have, if you can't run from a dog. I know you know that song comes from the Hour of Temptation. If you want that shirt, go to kingmansions.store. And if you want this shirt, I would listen to the shirt and what it says. Better get in shape. And if you are in shape, you're going to make it look really nice. And you're going to motivate people to continue to do such, to get their temple on point, right? So I want to show some encouragement in some things that we were doing while the whole world, before we go into all of these things. And we're going to go into it, boy. I hope you got your popcorn ready. I want to show you what the children of Israel were doing in the wilderness, modern day, while the whole world was just going crazy on our holy days. I mean, the devil was just trying to attack all type of people on our holy days. He was. I mean, he would. Let me tell you, on my street, our mailboxes got knocked down. No one else's. The people cutting the grass, the city cutting the grass, somehow, some way, they knocked our mailboxes down. My truck stops running on the Day of Atonement. I'll tell you. But I glory in tribulation. Let me tell you, it must be something that I'm doing right. Let me tell you, Passover, the hailstorm hit me, the hurricane, the devil must don't like me. But I'd rather him make it known, because I'm sure gonna make it known that I don't like him, I don't care for him either. See? Yeah. So, hey, and so much more. People telling me the things that they were going through, people losing family members, man, it's just, but we must stand strong, because we must know that kingdom is coming. Right? This is what it's all about, guys. This is what it's all about. So first off, I'm going to go into my beautiful brother, Bishop Ahmad. And I'm going to just show, I can't show every church's tabernacle. So please don't come on here. First, if you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Please don't come on here thinking that elder is like, purposely not trying to show your tabernacles. Please. That's just not the case. I can't show everyone. I can't shout out everyone at one time. I just can't do it because I can't remember everything, right? So, let's go ahead and play this and see what the brothers were doing on tabernacles. All right?
At the first annual Tabernacles Ball, everybody looking fly, looking fresh. Look. Everybody there. Elder's there. Elder looking good. Everybody
hold up.
Good.
Do you see Elder Rock? I know we be trying to stay low key. Elder Rock looking like one of the King James brothers. Let me tell you. let me tell you, fly like the birds in the sky. Bishop Ahmad, let me tell you, our people look so beautiful. This is what the children of Israel are doing in the wilderness while the whole world is, let me tell you, going to hell in a handbasket.
We here, we live, we in full effect. Look at the zone in here. Look at the beautiful art.
Do you hear the music? Do you hear the music? Let me tell you, Game of Thrones ain't got nothing on us. Once our people find out who we are, boy, let me tell you, we're gonna take this thing to the next level. We're going to continue to take this thing to the next level. All praises to the Most High. Y'all look so beautiful. I mean, this is what it's about. This is how it's gonna be in the kingdom. Let me tell you, let me tell you, 7 trillion.
Guys, who said we couldn't be fly in the wilderness? Yes. It's a whole. Oh man, it's picture time. I'm being summoned.
I'm being summoned. Let me tell you, boy.
Rousseau might have to go, but praise the Most High. We in here live and in full effect. Look at it, look at. Lord have mercy.
Look at that. Look at our sisters. They got their petticoat vibe going on, the ball dresses. And you see, this is my style. This is my original style. This is how I like to rock it. The East Indian thing is cool and all that, but I'm tired of the dye smelling like fish when you buy their clothes. And I don't know if it's rat piss, urine, I don't know what it is. But I'm like, you know what? I'm paying all this money. Y'all don't want to change a button. We finna change the game. I'm gonna stop giving you our money and I'm going back to the Game of Thrones King James style. And that's what it's been ever since. You see what I'm talking about?
That was the picture. And now we back. We back. We're live. Right? First Tabernacles, first annual Tabernacles Ball. We are live. Look. Look at the chandelier. Look at the chandelier. Oh man. We in here. Huh? Look, yeah, look at young Hebrew Soul. Look at Karina. She got a single coming. That thing is crazy. We about to get it, huh? That's it.
All right. So let me listen. That's just one of them. Let me get some more people from some other bodies here, cause I know we was doing it. This is Deacon Malak. He was teaching his you understand, his self-defense class to the brothers. Fair use educational purposes only. This music does not belong to us. It's just fair use. He was teaching the brothers his self-defense class. Boy, I mean, man, I tell you, my brother always been good with them weapons since he was young, moving like Blade. I told you, boy, he moves smooth. I said, all you need is that black jacket. It's gonna be on. So the brothers learned a lot to this day. Realistic things going on here to be able to protect yourself and your family. That's what they were learning on Tabernacles. Teach the children of Judah the bow, right? And all types of self-defense. Not something that you just need for points. It doesn't matter about people going around talking about, oh, I'm a black belt, and you just fighting for points. Can you fight with somebody pick up a broken bottle of glass, sticks, knives, whatever the case? Okay, not something where you just, hey, hold your arm like this and I'm going to show you how to do like this. No. All right, realistic stuff. Okay, when you're surrounded by 15 people, you can't do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on one person, or while you doing that on the ground with that person, you getting your butt whipped. Okay, so we have to learn how to war. Fight this one real quick, move them out the way, go to the next person, like our forefathers would war in real life. Okay, and then he was teaching them the humility. The humility part is one of the most things that we have to gain back, because these brothers in the past were fighting 24 hours. Joshua said, let the sun stay still And they kept fighting. Brothers today have to train a year or two just to fight 12 rounds. Let me tell you, you were fighting in the spirit to be able to fight all day. After your energy is gone, you got adrenaline. But adrenaline don't last forever. After that, it's just spirit. Okay? So you want the holy angels to be able to fight with you. Let me tell you. Just like not eating any food, you go into the spirit, just like fighting. Once you lose energy, you got adrenaline, and after that, it's just spirit. Right? And when it's just spirit, if you've done everything right, if you've been an ambassador, diplomat, and you had to defend yourself in an emergency, now the angels will fight with you. That's what, that's missing from being taught in martial arts. Not just this tough guy thing. We walk around tough. Okay? And some dude in the hood still mop you even though you're a black belt. Okay? So.
Ready, we ready. Prince Saj.
Spiritual me no miss with this arm them, want them, make them know God I call them. This a heaven academy and no harden. Nah friend, no devil, no demon cast them. Hold me a sound up, heavenly alarm them. Young generation, the Peter, the Paul them. Intricate with the bars, them a haul them. Eradicate every snake, way in the garden. Alright, and I preach and I teach. Holy Spirit, I make it fire unleash. Scriptures a beat, put the devil under siege. A peculiar thing when the gospel I preach. We say, hear me no, know what you fear me no. This a no got them sitting a Bruce Wayne, you know. You coulda hide in a cave and no game, me no. When the judgment it a pass, try save, you know. When the wrath of God start on there, me want see all a who I go run way. Yo, miss a bad man, yeah, where the gun there. Hey, Miss Dolly, me ask where the fun there. You shoulda did a God church every Sunday. I praise God and the people already.
One more time.
And my fingers for battle. Ready, we ready. Prince Saj.
Spiritual me no miss with this arm them, want them, make them know God I call them. This a heaven academy and no harden. Nah friend, no devil, no demon cast them. Hold me a sound up, heavenly alarm them. Young generation, the Peter, the Paul them. Intricate with the bars, them a haul them. Eradicate every snake, way in the garden. Alright, and I preach and I teach. Holy Spirit, I make it fire unleash. Scriptures a beat, put the devil under siege. A peculiar thing when the gospel I preach. We say, hear me no, know what you fear me no. This a no got them sitting a Bruce Wayne, you know. You coulda hide in a cave and no game, me no. When the judgment it a pass, try save, you know. When the wrath of God start on there, me want see all a who I go run way. Yo, miss a bad man, yeah, where the gun there. Hey, Miss Dolly, me ask where the fun there. You shoulda did a God church every Sunday. I praise God and the people.
Let me tell you, the brothers was learning some realistic stuff from Blade, from the Truth Blade. You know, he got that triangle natural thing going on. So all he missing is a Blade jacket. Nah, but he cold with his stuff though, for real. So all praises be to the Most High, man, for the young brothers learning how to get out of this duct tape in case they were human traffic or whatever the case may be. 1 second here. Let me let them know that I'm on class here. All right. So, yeah, let's I want to show some of the things. I'm just going to go through some videos tonight, guys, so just be prepared. Here's some of the brothers and sisters out there, I think in Ohio. So let me see, can I get this video here? Let me see, can I get it a little bigger here?
Tabernacles 2024. The officers out there slipping and sliding. Slipping and sliding with the kids. That's cute. That's so cute.
Hey, listen. You see, Israel have been lacking family. We haven't been at family reunions, but let me tell you, we come together on the feast days, the tabernacles, like it's the spiritual family reunion. This does not exist in the earth anymore. You remember when we were young, we used to have family reunions. Only a few people does these things now. Huh? Only a few people does these things now. Now we come together, since all of our fleshly family has been lost, Now we come together as the children of the Most High from all four corners of the earth together. That's our family reunion when we have tabernacles. So Christ knew exactly what he was doing. He knew that we long for each other and long to have family and do things. Because when you stay in solitude for too long, it makes you a different person. It makes you a different person. It makes you selfish. It makes you delusional. It makes you believe that, it makes you become a narcissist. Right? You don't want to have a world full of narcissists and selfish people and people who don't know how to love. So Christ knew exactly what he was doing. So we'll be even celebrating these holy days in the kingdom. So while the rest of the world is going crazy doing what they're doing, Israel, Zion is building each other as a mountain, a strong mountain. You got the fathers being with the children. See? Raising the children back, building the sisters back. And this is what's going on. Right? Yeah. So let me get some more out there. I'm proud of these brothers out there. I want to say I'm proud of these brothers. You know what I mean? Being there with their families and man, just peace. It's hard to see peaceful black people in one place. When you see that, you know that the Most High is there. Now this one here, I know that this one is a little older, but still just the memories of, hey, we've been being consistent with it. Praising the Most High. I think these brothers out there in the Carolinas. Singing to their God together. Through the sacrifice, redemption may be won. So we got the brothers out there in the Carolinas singing to the Most High. And guess what? I think that was 2022. But we've been consistent. This is not some timing thing that we're doing here. Right? Here we go. We got, is this Virginia? Let me see here. DMV and VA body. DMV and VA body. I mean, we got so much more, guys. I just can't show everybody tonight. But I mean, listen, the children of Israel are doing what they're supposed to do, being obedient to their God in all righteousness, in all humility, and all love. Right? Fair use for educational purposes only.
Make it in the kingdom. I just want to be perfect. Stand before you, shy on my judgment. Them say, son, be perfect. I just want to make it.
Look at that. They got the lambs out there. What y'all was having a petting zoo? Look at the children of Israel, boy.
I just want to be perfect. Stand before you, shy on my judgment. Them say, son, be perfect. Go ahead and tell me if I'm lying. The Lord said, be ye perfect like I am. I be calling on the higher, that's I am. He pulled me out the streets when all my friends was dying. Yeah, I know that's timing. I had the faith, I just needed the commandments. The pastor never taught us to combine them. Faith without works is more dead than...
You know what's funny? Look at our brothers and sisters out there doing all of this righteousness, all of this peaceful things. And they guys, we know that they see these things, but they only promote the negativity. And that's why the Most High is tired. He's allowing this place to fall because there's no equity here. All they show us the negative things that's going on. Let me tell you, you would think that the news channels would go out their way to say, hey, what is your religion? What God do you serve? You guys, we don't see fighting. You know what I mean? All we see is peace. We see family. How did this start? You would think that they would inquire about this. All they want to show is our people doing wrong. No different than what they're showing with our brother Puffy right now. And I have no agreement of what Puffy is doing or any man out there. But I know that none of us are perfect and everybody learned something from somewhere. And that our people did not learn this on their own. Now, we got ourselves in this position. But once again, we learned this from following the other nations. We learned this from following the other nations. Okay? So we cannot learn the way of the heathen anymore. Look at that. I'm gonna tell you, boy, it just keeps getting better and better. It just keeps getting better and better. Okay, so I'm gonna go into look. This is what we were doing here. This is what we did. All right. The young kids getting ready to play tug of war on the field day. Look at that.
Oh, I'm in the way.
Huh? Look at that. What do we have here? They were racing on the field day. You had the brothers got together. Let me tell you, the brothers got together and did some exercise. Let me see if I can find that. The brothers got together and did some exercise and all that. Okay. We let me tell you. I was not able to run for a long time when I messed my ankle up, but I was able to lead that run because I don't get tired when I jog. I'm like a robot here. You know, I used to play basketball for 6 hours a day, so I really don't get tired when I run. And that, let me tell you, I know I got that gad in me. When them white men used to describe them pumas, the gadites running after you like a puma and a cougar and never getting tired, in that old book, when they first came to America, I said, boy, I must have a lot of gad in me, because, you know, obviously my dad and all his family look gad, because I just don't get tired. And if I know I'm coming after you, I definitely ain't gonna get tired, because I'm gonna be focused. I'm gonna pace myself until I catch you. Right? So we had the brothers getting in shape, the elderly, all the way to the children. And the crazy part about it is the children were leading. And we ran, you know what I mean, almost like a mile or something like that before we went into the little workout. Something basic and sweet. We didn't want anybody to get hurt out there. But boy, was it amazing to see. We are not doing too bad as Israel. If we had our own money, we didn't have to work for these Gentiles. Let me tell you, boy, and all we had to do was train and make sure we had a little army, boy, we'd be a force to be reckoned with. So the Most High, let me tell you, it's so much potential in our people. And if we continue to follow our God, guys, let me tell you, I was able to see it and be motivated and encouraged by it all. Let me see. I gotta show this a little bit here. I mean, boy, it was so inspiring.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
There's GOCC Houston indeed. There.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. Slow it down. Somebody lost a shoe. Slow it down. Keep jogging. Put them in the back of the line. We got them. Come on. Don't stop. Don't stop, Caleb.
Look at the youngsters, man. Look at the young lions leading.
Slow it down, guys in the front. Slow it down. Slow it down.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let me tell you, the young men, I had my son in the front. You understand? Well, another one of the sisters' sons lead. Let me tell you, these young men, let me tell you, they made it all the way through. And you know, my nephew, even he was like, no, I don't want to do it. My nephew wanted to get back on the phone. I'm like, no, nephew. Let me tell you, we encourage my nephew. Let me tell you, he don't even know he gonna be the real Samson soon. As nigga Balak said, you know what I'm saying? It was beautiful, man. So it was all encouragement. It was no competition, right? It was no competition at all. It was helping everyone to finish, and we made sure that we finished together. On that last one, we sprinted, right? So I've seen fathers being able to be with their sons and.
All right, we all finished.
So yeah.
We're gonna get a 1, 2, 3, Kwame Yashala. 1, 2, 3, Kwame Yashala.
Right.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Let me tell you, it was so much. So take your time tonight, because we're gonna go through it, man. We're gonna show a lot of stuff tonight. So get ready, get prepared. Let me see here. We got the races here. Let me see if we got the races. Is this it? 1 second, guys. I got to get it all.
Runners, take your mark. Get set.
Go, Bayern!
Look at what the children of Israel doing while the world going crazy.
Come on, Bayern! Go, Pepe!
Listen, let me tell you, nobody can mess with the children of Israel when they come together with their God. Let me tell you, we got a nation of Olympians. Let me tell you, boy, it was such a beautiful sight to see. I'm gonna show you this last video before we get into our lesson, because I was inspired by this. You know, we had like a little men's day on here, little men's workout, and it was to see where the brothers were. It was to see where the brothers were, right? Because, you know, people work, they don't get to work out every day. And so we just really wanted to see where the brothers were and to, you know, show them like, listen, this is where you're weak at. So next time you come back, this is where you should be, or this is where you can be. It wasn't about, can this brother do this better than that brother? It was like, no, we're going to make each other strong as a body. Right? And hey, let me tell you, you have some old school brothers, some elders, hey, who can get out there way better than some of these young brothers. And it's not a knock on the young brothers, but it even showed them like, hey, this brother's 60, almost 70 years old. Hey, hitting pull-ups, and I can barely do 2-3 pull-ups. And that's not to discourage, just I want it to be real. I even told them I don't really want y'all to help on everything. I want brothers to be able to see where they where they need work at. Okay, they did a little spotting on the pull-ups, but we didn't really have a pull-up bar at this place. So next year we'll have to find something with a pull-up bar. But we made it work, just like we'll do in the wilderness. But the brothers got together and they did it. Okay, the brothers got together and they did it. Now, those of you who was hiding and you didn't make it, hey, next time I would love for you to be there. You understand? I would like every brother to be there next time. No, it ain't time to hide. Let's get there. And it's not about making a fool of yourself. It's like, listen, we can talk all the talk we want to, but when it's time to put in the work or do what we need to do, it's good to show up so you can see where you're at. All right. So let's see. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I want to show you. Let me tell you, all I made them do was to see could they get to 10 pull-ups. You know what I mean? At least 6 to 10 pull-ups and just 10 push-ups. Very simple because we had to get out of there and then we had to go to the little movie night we had. Okay? Check it out here.
Cut out whatever needs to cut out.
Okay.
No, you know what? No, we got it.
So let me fast forward it. So we put that good old music on. We got the young warriors out there. I mean, listen, you got some of these young warriors out there. Come on. There we go.
We had wicked man in our land taking all that we need. Giving it all to the king. Hellenized in the minds of a child, our demise. Telling lies to our seeds. Compromise was the signs of the times when you read. Maccabees, weather green. We didn't put on the trees. Turkey, chicken feet. We just stuck to the creed. In the midst of the seas dedicated with the feast. Lord knows we believe. They sacrifice swine flesh and every beast so clean. A sight Israel never seen. The result that we make the disbelief in my feet. Could we be?
I'm gonna fast forward some of it so we can get on.
There you go.
Let me speed it up. Yeah, but speed it up. Try to get that thing go a little faster. These brothers was getting it in, y'all. Look at Lil Man. Let me tell you, we got the deacons out there and the officers. Everybody showing up. We have some people who used to be overweight, in shape now. Let me tell you, doing this thing. There's no excuses. Let me tell you, boy. Look at that. Look at the help. They help the elders up there. Look. They like, yeah. Yeah, listen, some of these elders still got it together. Look at the little ones. Yes, indeed. Pull-ups is one of those things that you want to always practice because survival, let me tell you, if you're falling from something, you want to be able to try to pick yourself up if you can. So look at this elder right here, though. Look at this brother. Hold up. Look at this guy. Look at that brother. That brother moving like a teenager. Now, the most important about this is the youth seeing the men be with men. And they're trying to take our society of our brothers away to make us extinct and turn us into what the Bible says, spiritual Egypt and Sodom. When men need to see men doing men things. Okay? Now we're going to edit the video. We're going to edit the video so that you guys can see the whole video and all that. We'll put it up on GOCC Media for the people to get some encouragement and motivation. So don't worry if you didn't see yourself or see it all. So that's my little son there, you know, he getting his money real easy. That just like father like son, you know. He got to get that money. I ain't gonna take none less. Let me tell you, some of these older brothers got some strength, boy. Look at that boy. Come on. And let me tell you. Listen, he got a little belly on him, but the boy getting in shape. Look at that boy, solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. What's y'all excuse? Come on now, we strengthening each other out here. Come on now. Whoa. Watch this elder right here. Let me tell you, this elder brother right here, this brother run faster than some young brothers. I seen this brother running. He was going so fast. And I think the brother either almost 60 or in his 60. I said, Lord have mercy. This brother is like a stealth bomber. This brother was hitting the pull-ups and the push-ups like he did some time. I had to tease him, bro. I said, brother, you sure you ain't do no time? Listen, don't ever underestimate no man, because this brother right here might put it on you. 1, 2, easy money. 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that boy moving. Easy money. Now watch how I hit these push-ups. Look at them push-ups, how easy. I'm telling y'all. Look at Tazabah. Look at Tazabah. He ain't just no singer. Look, Tazabah said, I get it in. Did he jump up? Hold on, I gotta show Tazabah jumping up there. Hold up. Tazabah got hops too. Tazabah got hops. Look at that boy. look at Tazabah. Easy money. You shall know them by their fruit. Listen, you shall know them by their fruit who getting it in. Come on. Come on, McGunn. Come on, McGunn. There you go. Listen. Yeah. Big Debak. Easy money. Dig it to Paul. All right, let's get to the end of this. Look at Deacon Malak. Deacon Malak went and got it in. You already know. Easy money. Easy money. It's easy money, you know that. That's in my sleep. We was having fun, man. Children of Israel.
Push-ups for me.
I forgot to do my push-ups. Let's get it. Here we go. Listen.
You already know what I'm about to say. We out here with the people on Tabernacles, right? We out here having fun as soldiers of the Most High. You know what I'm talking about? And as always, no stress. Stay blessed. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, this is what the children of Israel was doing while the whole world was being distracted by the children of Amalek. Once again, portraying our people as a poster child of evil. As a poster child or children of evil. But it's okay, because guess what? Righteousness will live and last forever. But evil will soon perish. So don't worry, guys, because we're going to expose it tonight. We're going to expose it tonight. We're going to first go to Jeremiah. I hope you guys are ready. Get ready. We're going to go to Jeremiah 23. Yeah. Jeremiah 23. As a matter of fact, one moment here. Jeremiah 23. 1 second. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. I'm getting it for you guys. Make sure I got the right one. I only want the KJV. We only do the KJV. We only do the KJV. Let's get this thing right here. You guys ready? Let's go in. While the children of Israel are doing what the Most High told them to do, Babylon and Hollywood, the warlocks and the witches of Hollywood, it's falling. And guess what? They're letting go our people first. But don't worry. They think that nothing's going to happen to them, but Christ is saving them for last, as it is written in the scriptures. Don't worry. But we first have to tackle our people so that we can pull them out of the fire before it's too late. Okay? The Most High is extending an olive branch and giving grace right before this thing totally topples. And they can repent from all of their sins. And they can start using their resources in the right way to help our people to get to this wilderness and do whatever the Most High's will is before it's too late. All right? Jeremiah 23. We're talking about the leaders, not just the pastors. We're talking about people who are examples. Some rappers or hip hop people say, I'm not an example, I'm not a leader. No, you've been put in a position, whether you like it or not, to inspire. Anything you do on television inspires, motivates, provokes someone to certain works. So you are still considered a pastor or a leader or a shepherd in a sense, whether you want to be or not. And they let you know certain things if you want to be on a certain level before you get in and you sign up. Certain things they let you know. And let me tell you, a lot of you guys already know who you are. You already know we're the children of Israel. And you have become a taskmaster over the people to lead them astray. Whether you're a politician, whether you're in Hollywood, actor, or whether you are a musician. Okay? And I'm not saying every single one, obviously, but a lot of them out there know what I'm talking about. Woe be unto the pastors and obviously the pastors of the Christian churches, obviously. They definitely know. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away and have not visited them. You have not helped them. You've only given so you don't have to pay taxes. You have not truly, genuinely looked out for them. You just continue to make sure you are on the Forbes list, high on the Forbes list, seeing how much money you have in the bank, just so you can keep some type of status so your people can continue to worship you as an idol. And driven them away and have not visited them, behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord. So because you've been doing evil, but you could have turned back from it. You could have repented. You had a space to repent. And guess what? You still have a space to repent before it's over. But you better do it before this thing falls. You don't have much time at all. You don't have much time. It's like a burning building that's eventually getting ready to cave in. Right? Verse 3 says, I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds. Since you have scattered them into all types of religions, you're wearing the little chain with the eye, the chain with the little Muslim hands on there, Buddha, Islam, all this. Let me tell you, all of these false idol, false god religions. This is what you guys worship. This is, your Middle Eastern, you understand, Japhetic religions, Hamitic religions, Roman religions, right? What does verse 4 says? Well, no, let's end the end of verse 3. And they shall be fruitful and increase. So we will be fruitful and increase, my people. Those of us who stick to this, we're going to have the cattle and everything we need. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them. Right? We don't toot our own horn, but we are the shepherds that are feeding the Most High's people. And I'm not just saying it's just our church, but he's setting up certain leadership and shepherds to pastor the sheep, right? To feed the people the way they're supposed to be. You can give a person money, guys, but if they don't have a purpose in life and understand that God's will, the one who actually formed and created them and molded them, what's it all for? It will be a perpetual cycle. They'll just spend the money with their enemy. And you guys haven't noticed all you see is money bag, rappers and all these guys just counting money. Any person who has money don't want somebody to know they have money. Because let me tell you, you eventually, you will not be there to continue to have the money. Every time you count money, somebody's looking at that money like, next time we're going to catch him, next time he comes to do a concert. And in your mind, I'm a warrior. I'm in the hood. I'm in the streets forever. I'm going to always be ready. Brother, any of you can get caught slipping. Any of us can get caught slipping. I'd rather fall into the hands of the Most High than in the hands of men. Men are plotting on you every day to take that one little relaxation rest in your mind where you think you have peace. Right? Because you're stunting on them. You haven't visited the people. You haven't showed the people or educated the people, right, on what to do. Not that you have to go around helping every single person. That's not what I'm saying. The people who know that they can help and don't help, they know what I'm talking about. So if they're listening, whether they're listening or not, it don't matter. They already know better. Time and chance happen to all men. Verse 4, and I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more. Because our brothers are standing up in confidence. When you see our brothers, let me tell you, have the word of the Most High because they have purpose. They don't have to fear the white man and what he's talking about, because guess what? They realize what their God said. They don't have to take vengeance. They can work on their family and fight spiritually. That's the greatest war to fight right now. Right? Nor be dismayed. Neither shall they be lacking. We're not lacking spiritually because we realize with food, shelter, and raiment we are content, and we will get everlasting riches in the kingdom. Said the Lord. Not that you should not try to live a good life here. That's not what I'm saying. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. So because these people are not bringing justice and equity, Christ will. That's what it's talking about when it's talking about David, coming through the loins of David. Okay? So, one moment. Be patient because we're going through it. We are going through it. We're going to go to 2nd Ezra 13 and 37. Because the word that we have been, you understand, preaching and prophesying. 1 second. Second Ezra 13. The words that we have been preaching and prophesying are, in fact, bringing down Babylon. Oh, yeah. That's why it tells you the gospel shall be preached, and then the end shall come. What is that telling you? No different than we took down the walls of Jericho. Hey, the word is power. The word has power in it. It has the Holy Spirit in it. She went out to create through the word of the Most High. The word is like unto fire. The word has actual power in it coming from the Most High, guys. When we did what the Most High said, the walls of Jericho fell. When Judah yelled with his shriek, let me tell you, women lost their babies. All right? So that word, but you have to have the obedience with the word. That word is powerful. And the Most High coming back together, bringing the children of Israel back together and them all speaking the same language. Let me tell you, this kingdom will continue to crumble. The more the children of Israel will wake up, and it's not going to be, everyone. But the fact of the matter that our people are coming back, doing it together, even in a minute number, according to that remnant, it's more than enough for the Most High. He doesn't need everybody. All right. So we're going to 2nd Ezra 13. What did I say? Hold up. 13 and 37. I'm going to go down to verse 37. Oh yeah. Get your mind right. We finna get ready to go into it. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto me. Right? So, let me tell you, Christ's word and his law of us preaching the gospel, his law is so powerful that it's enough to destroy the spirit of these wicked nations. No different than Candace was speaking to that Amalekite, Rabbi Shmuley, and guess what? That spirit in him had to stay humble. When you're speaking with the authority of Christ, those demons must stay humble. And I'm not saying people should go out there and debate and do all these things, but when there's a purpose and God's will is fulfilled, it's done. Right? Let us go to Joshua chapter 6. We're going to jump straight. We jump into it because we got a lot tonight. Joshua chapter 6. One moment. I'm getting it. All right. Let's show you more on how powerful the word of the Most High is. And how when we're obedient and use the word of the Most High, how we can topple empires when we come back to our God. And that's what they're afraid of right now. So their job is to make us look bad, even though we're looking pretty good and righteous right now. And let me tell you, it's growing very fast. Now Jericho was straightly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in. And the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given into thine hand Jericho and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor. And ye shall compass the city, all you men of war, and go round about the city once. Am I saying that we should, as the children of Israel, do this again? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we should go, and I'm not talking anything against IUIC or anything, because this is what they do if they believe they need to do this. I'm just reading something historical, comparing it to the power of the word of the Most High. That's it. All we have to do is go out on the corners, as the scripture says, street preach. We don't have to surround anything as Jericho again. We have to do that. All we have to do is prophesy to our people and to the wind, teach our people, and that's enough. Believe it or not, it's enough. Okay? And the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given into thine hand Jericho and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor, and you should compass the city, all you men of war, and go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days, and 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns, and the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times. So you shall go around the city 7 times on the 7th day, and the priest shall blow with trumpets. What are we doing right now, modern day? We are blowing the trumpets, waking our people up. Right? Before this place falls. I'm just showing the similitude of it. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when when you hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout. Comparing that to Revelations, when the angels are going to blow the last trumpet, right? And Christ is going to return with his mighty angels. Babylon is going to fall, guys. Okay? And the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and the people shall ascend up every man straight before him. And Joshua the son of Nun called the priests. Let's jump down. 1 second. Let's go to verse 10. And Joshua had commanded the people, saying, ye shall not shout nor make any noise with your voice, neither shall any word proceed out of your mouth. Now, that's not going to happen for people who are disobedient, men who are disobedient, who don't know when to be quiet. This is going to come with order in the body. Okay? Anyone who wouldn't follow order in this time, you would just die. So we're going to need to continue to stay in order to do this as we are. As you can see, it must be happening. So there's some order that's going on, okay? Because this place is falling now, right? Shall any word proceed out of your mouth until the day I bid you shout, then shall ye shout. So the ark of the Lord compassed the city, going about it once, and they came to the camp and lodged in the camp. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priest took the... Let me see. I want to get to important part. 1 second. Verse 17. And the city shall be accursed, even it and all are therein to the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot, which is a Gentile, shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid messengers that we sent. All of this was a shadow of things to come, guys. The Gentiles, no different than they was able to dwell in our land if they would worship the Most High God. Once again, you have a Gentile here because they're willing to humble themselves and follow the command of the Israelites, who were in order, was able to be saved. Just another shadow of things to come, even in the time of Jericho. We are in the time of a similitude of a situation of an empire falling. We're prophesying the word. We're blowing the trumpet. But when that last trumpet is blown, the seventh trump that they blew here on the seventh day, when they walked around 7 times, guess what? The Gentiles who are in Christ will also be saved with us. So I'm showing you the word of the Most High that we're teaching, how much power it is and how this place is falling. As we continue to prophesy and wake our people up, the more this place will fall. The Most High is just giving grace to our brothers and sisters to try to get into this thing before it finish falling. No different than Sodom. See? So, he saved Rahab. Okay? And he told us, don't touch the accursed thing. But I don't want to, 1 second. We're going to go down. 1 second. So it's kind of funny how, once again, we use some Gentiles to help us with the will of the Most High, which is why when you have people going against all white people, all East Indians, all Asians, all whatever, all Africans or Hamites, that's not the scriptures. That's not the gospel. You see, one of the harlots, so if you have these Israelite camps out here, we're going to kill all the Gentiles, hurt all the Gentiles. If they're saying, terrible things like this against other people, that means they're not actually even reading the Old Testament, because there was a Gentile saved in here because of their obedience. All right. So let me go down here. Let me see. All right. I guess that's what I wanted to show there. That we made the walls of Jericho fall through the last shout. Let me see here. That was verse 20. Yeah, I'll show that. Verse 20. Okay, verse 20 says, so the people shouted when the priests blew with the trumpets, and it came to pass, when the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat. What's going on with this empire? It's falling. It's not fully fallen yet, because the Most High is giving our people grace before it fully falls. But he's taking down, guys, all of the taskmasters, politicians, people in Hollywood, in the music industry, and otherwise, guys. Yeah. He's allowing our eyes to open to see what's really going on with some of these people. Not that the Gentiles are not doing bad. They're doing worse than our people. But they're going to push our people out there as if they're saints and angels. Okay? So, but the Most High needs our people to see this, because this is a chance that we will say, hold up, well, this was all a farce. This was all a lie. This was all fraud the whole time. We need to come to the knowledge of the truth, because this has no truth in it. It's a waste of time. And now the whole industry is afraid. The whole industry is afraid, guys. So we're going to talk about it. Okay? Let's read again. When the people heard the sound of the trumpet, and the people shouted with a great shout, that the wall fell down flat, so that the people went up into the city, every man straight before him, and took the city. Okay? So, once again, we have an example here showing an empire falling here. Okay? This is like an example of an empire falling. It was Jericho, but I'm just giving an example of what's going on now through the word of the Most High. Okay? Through this city being taken here. Obviously it was an empire, but it was a city of people, and through the word of the Most High, through obedience, it was taken down. Okay? So, let me go to 1 Corinthians 3 and 10. We're going to get you, let me tell you, you're going to have your time to laugh tonight. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know you guys, some of you guys want to get a laugh. You know, we're going to have a little fun as we bring forth this truth. But we first must do this really quick. 1 Corinthians 3. And we're going to jump to verse 10. And shalom to Elder Rock and Elder Dell and all the elders and the deacons out there. Okay. So, 1 Corinthians 3 and 10 says, according to the grace of God which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I've laid the foundation thereon, but let every man take heed how he builded thereupon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yeshua Christ. Now, if any man build upon his foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide, which he had built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. So we have to make sure that we have something that's going to abide through the fire. Don't forget. Let's go back to Joshua 6 and 24. And they burnt the city with fire and all that was therein. Only the silver and the gold and the vessels of brass and iron they put into the treasury of the house of the Most High. Those things can be purged and left through the fire. All right, so let your works be gold, silver, iron, some type of metal that can be brought through the fire, guys. Because when this empire falls, just like when Jericho fell, these are the things after the city was burnt and the city was taken that are going to make it through the fire. I need you to listen. Babylon would be burnt, guys, to a crisp. And you do not want to fall with Babylon. You do not want to fall with this world. Whether you're a celebrity, whoever you think you are, let me tell you, if your works are not gold, silver, spiritually, metals, and you thinking, oh, I'm going to make it, God loves me, and let me tell you, God knows my heart, you might want to follow these scriptures tonight. Okay? You can think you know whatever you know. You can think you're a good person and all of that, but you might want to pay attention. Jeremiah 51 and 6. Jeremiah 51 and 6. Oh, we're gonna go through it tonight. I'm gonna give my commentary. You know, I'm gonna give my commentary, but I have to give these scriptures. Okay. Jeremiah 51 and 6 says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon, or out of the middle of Babylon, right, and deliver every man his soul." So get out of the cities, get out of the middle, is fleshly and spiritually. Get out of the middle, get out of the inner cities. That's a start. Before we have to go into the wilderness, it's a step. First, get out of the inner cities, out of the middle cities, or the middle of Babylon. Also, flee from the midst of all of her sins. Stop being embedded in the world or the image of the beast. Flee all of those things. And if you can, get out of the cities where they will be compassed with armies or trouble, okay? Or robberies and all types of seditions. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. Any place that's like Babylon, not even just America. Okay? Any place that have, hey, her image, spiritual imagery going on of spiritual Sodom in Egypt. Obviously, it's talking about the main daughter of Babylon, but still. Get out of the spiritual sin of her. Get out of the midst of it. You have to be in the midst of it to be stuck in it. Get out of it. Let it alone. On the fleshly side, get out of the inner cities. And deliver every man his soul, and be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. Now, obviously, eventually you will have to altogether be out of Babylon itself. But there's levels to everything. It's a transition to everything, right? For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And you'll know when it's time to go. The Most High will guide and let you know through just his leaders and the priests, no different than he did in the past when it came to Jericho. The priests were the ones who blew the trumpet. Not just some Israelites. It was the actual, hey, the leaders of the flock. Not just some people telling, man, we need to leave. I don't know what they're talking about. Those are not priests. Those are vagabond men who take it upon themselves to heap souls to themselves, to just start people just traveling all over the place and they have no clue of what they're doing. Right? Not that we wish them bad, but we definitely don't wish people to fall into another man's trap or another man's hands through their ignorance. Okay? He will render unto her a recompense. So he's going to pay Babylon back for all she's done against his people. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. What does that sound like? The influence of the Western Empire, America. The whole world is influenced by her so-called democracy that they use as a stealth bomb, as some so-called liberty or freedom. And then they come, they'll lay a trap and they'll come, or they'll cause a problem, and then they will come in to be the saviors of it. Okay? The nations have drunk enough her wine. And guess what? You can see all these immigrants coming over here now. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. So, the nations are going to be happy thinking that they're getting away with the things of the Most High's people. But the Most High is allowing a judgment to come on some of our people so that we can wake up. Not because he hates his people. He has to chastise us because Jacob seeketh a sign to actually wake up. The nations don't need a sign. They seeketh wisdom, as the Bible says, the Greeks seeketh wisdom, Jacob seeketh a sign. So our people need their food gone, and they need to realize they might not have a place to stay and get humbled in order for them to learn. For whatever reason, that's just us. I hate that it had to be this way, but hey, it's rather you save your soul than for you to be comfortable and you lose your soul for something that you won't even have when you're dead anyway. Because this thing is over. Right? Verse 9 says, I'm going to jump to verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. So now, the ultimate thing, when the Gentiles and the immigrants are done with this place, as Elder Ricard, when you watch our Egg Gathering 144 page, tells us that all of the immigrants will eventually go back into their own country. So eventually, hey, when they make that trip, we might be making that trip with them. But you do not move unless you move with the body and the leaders and the priests who will blow the trumpet. See? So we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. See? The Lord had brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. That's what we're doing now. The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, the Iranians, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it. Not that the Medes are, hey, our best friends or something, because the Most High is using them, because they will eventually try to come against us when we're camped in the wilderness. Them and Japhet, Gog and Magog. It's not Russia. Yes, they used to stay in Europe, Japhet, but the Medes and Japhet will eventually come against us. Okay, and whatever other Gentiles are working with them. And the Most High will just eventually destroy them. So, guess what? We might want to flee all of her iniquities. We might want to get ourselves ready, because it's getting ready to go down. Revelations 18. Oh boy, we're gonna show you some stuff tonight, boy. I hope you're ready. I don't think y'all ready. You might want to hit that like button. I don't think you're ready. Yeah, I went into the tabernacle stuff because I had to show what the children of Israel are doing while all of these foolish vanities are going on. But boy, I'm getting ready to go into it. Revelations 18. I missed 2 shows and we coming back hard. We coming back hard. After these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen. Is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All of the demons are stuck here. They're opening CERN. They're opening portals through, all types of medications, all types of toxins, all types of poisons to fill the people with spirits. I mean, you watch this old movie that I can't seem to find here called Branded, where they're going into restaurants, and every time they're going into these fast food restaurants, they're coming out with more and more clowns on them. And the clown represents demons. So the more and more they eat the food, the more clowns they get. The more parasites you get, which are houses for demons. So the Most High made it to our body. We would always have to work and take care of our body as long as we're in this flesh. When you were in the spirit, you didn't have to do all that. But yes, parasites can come. You walk outside with no shoes on through hookworms, bad food, you got dogs pooping all over the place. Listen, they can come. You're forced to keep your temple clean. Can't just be lazy. You have to maintenance it. But let me tell you, you'll get a boatload of these parasites if you go into some of these fast food restaurants. And yes, there's grace for people who don't know. But hey, when you know better, you do better. You know canola oil is bad for you. You know soybean oil and let me tell you, vegetable oil and all of these things are bad. We know this now. And I'm not saying, hey, every now and then none of us have never ate it or some iodized salt because they had no salt on some of this bland food they have. But we're talking about, hey, 90% of our diet should be on point if we don't have to deal with some of this stuff. All right? So, verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And then they just blame it on us. But the Bible's telling you they have all drunk of it too. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Let me tell you, we talking about the puffy parties. Let me tell you, you got Paris Hilton, allegedly all of these so-called high people, are resigning, hiding. Oh yeah, the Most High is exposing it all. Everything shall be undone and unturned, and nothing shall be hidden, as the scripture says. Everything will be revealed. There's nothing that will not be revealed, so that our people can see this place for what it is and what it was. Right? Yeah. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Come out of her. I'm going to tell the angel of the presence to go and try to bring you back and convert you, even if it means you got to go to jail, prison, you got to get hurt, just for your behind to wake up and see what's going on here. That's the angel of the presence job. You almost got in the wreck. Oh, he gets you out of the wreck. See? Get you out of all of these jams. Even some people try to cheat you and get over you. The angel of the presence will sometimes allow you to learn that lesson so that you have to keep learning the same lesson. See? So, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her, double. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she had said in her heart or mind, I sit a queen and am no widow. We are the greatest country, the United States of America. Nothing can stop us. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Right? And shall see no sorrow. We are the greatest country in the world. Huh? All of this, what do you call it? Patriotism. And let me tell you, they don't know when this place is done or fallen. Yeah, America. Huh? And Esau, let me tell you white folks out there. Esau. Those of you who are not following Christ, you might want to just start telling your people the Israelites are they're the real Jews. The Native American, these people our forefathers hurt. We need to start speaking up with them, because if you don't speak up, if you deny Christ's people and his chosen, you'll be denied too. Because right now, the only thing you're talking about is, and we appreciate you for bringing out some of the lies that your forefathers have done. These mad doctors and scientists. We appreciate that from you. We'll say that. Because if it wasn't for some of you, some of these things we wouldn't know through the grace of the Most High. But I'll say this. You guys, you want to talk about, oh, they're messing up the air, the water. Who's messing it up? It's your forefathers. We have to admit to what our forefathers have done. And guess what? They've gotten us into this position, which allowed us to be under your forefathers, who you know ain't no good. You want to talk about, oh, they're messing up the air and the animals. It's your forefathers. Start speaking up against your forefathers, but don't just speak up to them about those things because you're mad that your little kingdom is getting messed up. Speak up for us while you're in these meetings, while you're in these council meetings, and tell them, by the way, the children of Israel are awakened. The children of Israel are those Negroes and those blacks. We need to help them and do something about them before we are destroyed too. Because God obviously is punishing this place and destroying this place. Don't just go up and then tell them, oh, this many people died from this in 2020. This is messed up. Yeah, but you guys are hearing Candace Owens. You are hearing all of these people talk about us awakening, and you're still not even mentioning us one time. That's called pride. You are afraid to get out of your position too. And I understand you have to fight for your kingdom, but you must understand something according to scripture. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follow it. So if you don't even know you're Esau, it's okay. I'm teaching you tonight. White people, so-called white people, all of them are not bad. All of the rest of the nations are not bad. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Esau or Edom, your world and your empire is falling and it's ending as you see it. You might want to start helping us out like Rahab the harlot. Hey, that's all I'm saying. You might want to start helping us out like Rahab the harlot. Your forefathers are posterizing us as the evil child all over the media. You have the power to get into these doors. You have the power to do all of these things. And you know what's going on. You're preparing for some civil war and a fight for some country that's fallen and is not going to be here. And guess what? You can do what you need to do. But you might not want to deny us and forget about us. Because there's no way you don't know who we are now. And I appreciate the Gentiles who are working in Christ with us to help bring that forth. But y'all might need to start talking to y'all families and let them know. We might need to start speaking in some of these council meetings. Hey, in some of these meetings that we're going to, knowing everything that's going on, where we're not telling, hey, God's chosen people. So you're knowing about these things, but you want to get in our kingdom, but you don't want to blow the trumpet and tell us what's going on. It's okay, because our God's going to tell us anyway. He has his priest. But if you could do something good in it, you might want to do it. Because he's going to say, hey, you talked about all these things for your kingdom, but you never mentioned anything about my people. You complain about the immigrants coming in just because they're moving next door to you. No different than when we find out where your neighborhoods and we can afford to move there. You don't want us there either. You make up complaints. Oh, their music is too loud, or they're doing this and doing this. So you might want to not, because guess what? You can't just accept Christ without accepting his people. Let me tell you, you cannot just accept Christ. You can't accept Christ without accepting his people. I don't know what world you live in, but that Bible belongs to us. It tells us about our people and yours. So I had to put that out there. It's time for you guys to humble yourself. All right? It can be done. We have Gentiles in our church already doing it. But we have a lot of you out there coming out with these videos about the so-called scorpion juice that people are putting in their arms and all these things. Hey, but you might want to mention why it's all going on, because we were talking about, hey, these types of things, hey, a decade ago. So let's go to, let me see. Let's go down here where the music is. Where the music is. Yeah, buddy. Let's go down to verse 22. And the voice of the harpers and the musicians of the pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsmen. Yeah, there's going to be some music going on, but it's going to be all robots. They transition people with that already, with the auto-tune. And yeah, don't get offended if I'm speaking of auto-tune. That the reality is, that's just the truth about it. If you want to use it, it's not a sin for you to use it. But understand that, unfortunately, they were transitioning our people to this. Because they would not even, that's a part of the abomination of desolation. All right? That's no different than the Terminator. Terminator is, hey, making things desolate. That's why they showed Terminator. That just means desolate, to terminate everything. They brought out streaming so artists would not make money anymore, and now they're getting rid of all the big heads under them. Right? And guess what? They will just have some type of, what do you call those things? My mind's stuck right now, but they will have all types of technology to represent them, and they won't need any of these artists. They'll just take them all out and say, oh, you missed Tupac. They'll bring them back as some fake spirit, hey, and some technology or something like that. What do you call these things again? You guys know, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember it. Hologram or something like that. They'll bring them back like that, and they'll make money off of them. See? So this was the plan the whole time. The abomination of that make it desolate. All of the robots getting into place to take away all of the jobs, even the musicians. There shall be no more musicians. There's going to be robots. You're going to be listening to robots, to AI, artificial intelligence. Okay? The shows, let me tell you, the shows will run out soon in a few years. Okay? They'll make up some code or some sickness and say, hey, you can't come to the show. You can get in Metaverse to go to the concert. And you won't even be looking at who you think you're looking at. Okay? The scriptures is telling you right here. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpets, no band, these are the band players, shall be heard no more at all in thee. And guess what? You can't hear nothing anyway if Jake ain't playing. If there's no more Jake playing in his music, let me tell you, whoo. If Jake ain't playing, you won't hear nothing anyway. Even if some of these Gentiles are playing, and I'm not saying some of these Gentiles can't sing and make music, but if Jake is not playing music, this place is done. It's no different than hearing a bunch of crickets. It's gonna go back to King James time. You can compare the music of King James to the music of Esau. Let me tell you, the modern day Esau, I gotta give him some props, because back in the days, brother, woo, Lord have mercy. You be up in there twiddly dee, twiddly dum, and dancing around a little circle. Let me tell you, no, that ain't it. That ain't it. Okay? You want the truth, you're gonna have to take the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Sorry. That's just the truth about it. The new Israelites in captivity have taught you how to flavor food and all that. And it's okay. We all learn from each other. You taught us some things too. You taught us some of the things your forefathers was doing. So we teaching each other. All right. So let us continue here. So we're going to talk about celebrities falling and passing away. Okay? So, let me see here. Because right now, guys, it's so much going on. But let me show you something that is going on. Do you know how many people are passing away every other week? Celebrities. We're going to show some of these people. Because once again, the Most High, he chastens his sons and who he loves. Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 3. Before we get some of these links here and articles. Proverbs 3:11 says, "My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he corrected, even as a father the son in whom he delighted." Right? So, when it comes to people like Puffy and things like that, once again, he has to get chastised, guys. Our people they sell their soul, but they can't really get far in there. They can't really get high as a so-called white man will ever be. The Most High is going to always still judge them because he loves his people. Don't forget what Paul was doing. Paul was killing the people. You understand that the Most High came to him, and look at Paul, became one of the best disciples. Look how he became one of the best disciples. Okay, who fought for the truth. Let's go to Hebrews 12:7. "If you endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons." So that means he loves Puffy. Because let me tell you, Puffy had to learn it from somewhere. No baby's just going to come out and just start doing these things. R. Kelly's not just going to come out and do these things. And guess what? A lot of these guys are weird. That's just the truth about it. But they became that. These guys were molded this way. So I can't blame them, and I can't also, I can't say what they're doing is right either if it's wrong. But I know it started from somewhere. That's what I'm saying. These are learned behaviors. Okay? But if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, meaning the children of Israel, to be the children of Israel to whom much is given, much is required. There are unholy people unto God. Deuteronomy 7:6. Right? We have to be holy. If we're not holy, we will get chastised because the Most High promised our forefathers something. So the Gentiles, he allows a lot of the Gentiles to just sin, because he chose Israel as a government. And guess what? A lot of you saying, well, he don't love the Gentiles or something. Listen, I'll tell you something even better. They don't love him. Am I talking about every single Gentile? Of course not. Look at Job, a great white man in the Bible, a great Edomite. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying on a majority or mass level, you always have a few good people in each nation. But a majority of these nations, guys, they worship their own gods with pride. So before you ask, does God not love the Gentiles? He loves those who love him. Don't try to put it on him. Don't try to put that on him. They don't love him first. Why do you think Ham is suffering a curse of being a servant under servants? People see the videos, oh, feel sorry for them. Let me tell you, they still didn't care. They were no different than when Esau went to go and marry some of the Canaanites and his parents told him don't do it. They didn't care. He didn't care about his birthright, his blessing, or anything like that. So don't try to put that on the Most High. He's only saying it because guess what? They follow their own ways. They follow their own gods. They follow the fallen angels. So don't ever try to put that on him. Okay? But because he chose us and he made a promise to our forefathers who were righteous, guess what? This is some of the correction that has to come with it. So before Babylon and Hollywood falls, he's allowing, hey, if Puffy has to go to jail or prison or whatever he's going through, he can have a chance to repent and get forgiven for his soul. So we don't have to worry about why they not putting the white people out there and telling what, the Epsteins and the Einsteins and the Lyingsteins are doing. Because the Most High is allowing them to continue to sin. He haven't forgot about what Amalek did to us. When Saul didn't finish killing off all of Amalek. I just got to read it today again. How he was angry at Saul for not finishing off the Agagite for what he did to our people. Killing the weak, the old and the weak, and the young in the back of the line that we were in. He haven't forgot. So he allows them, and the sad part is about it, some white people out there are Edomites. I have to keep saying it like that so those who don't understand the terminology of Edomite can understand who they are too. Because some of them are lost. Some of them don't even know why they're racist. They think they got some type of privilege because the queen allowed them to come over here to be over us in slavery. So this thing of them being smarter than us and superior is a bunch of garbage. The Most High put them over us. Please. Let me tell you, we still run circles around them even in captivity. We just have certain rules and boundaries that they won't let us pass. But trust me, if once we become the people as a whole, let me tell you, we run circles around anybody. We get things before we even start studying them. Through common sense. When we start studying things, we run circles around everybody. That's why you see these videos that these Edomites looking at some of these brothers in the gun range, how they just shooting so good and all that. Like, how did you learn how to do that? Through the spirit of the Most High. Something you can't understand. The wisdom of this world is foolishness unto God. So let me tell you, he will use the low to confound the so-called people who think they're wise. We're under a foolish nation. We're going to talk about it tonight. So let's not keep complaining about why Esau is not showing their people, as evil like they do us, or a mess like they do us. Who cares? It's prophecy. Who cares? Our God, look at the sign of our God chastening our people. That means he loves our people. That means he doesn't want them to continue to follow the ways of the heathen. I'm not worrying about because they're not showing, what Epstein and all these people are doing. So what? That's showing me the Bible is true. Who the Most High loves. And we're never going to allow some people to say, hey, he don't love white people. He does. He loves those Gentiles who love him and join his son. That's it. Those are the ones he loves. So, hey, they don't love me. I don't love them either. I'm not going to sit here crying about somebody who don't love me. I'm not worried. Let me tell you, and no offense, personally, I don't want anyone to get hurt. We're not a violent people. We protect when we need to protect. We go to war when we need to go to war. But I'll tell you something. When I was over there in the Middle East, a few people liked us. A few people loved us. That's always going to be. And that's fine. The Most High will connect us who he needs to connect us with. So when it comes to the Palestinians and all that, listen, I wish for no nation to get hurt. But I cannot forget, just like they don't forget, I can't forget what, let me tell you, the Arabs had us in slavery more than Esau. Longer than Esau. So I'm not here to get in some kumbaya and they keep saying we should forget about slavery. Let me tell you, slavery been going on for too long. It raped and robbed and pillaged our people. And so when things happen to them, we're supposed to feel sorry. I will not feel sorry. I believe in equity and justice, and I don't believe that people should just get harmed through another nation's selfishness, like what's going on with Palestine and in Israel. But I'll say this: I'm worrying about my own people first. They want us to get in their discussion and take up for them, but I want to see them take up for us too. I want the Palestinians to not just, hey, I don't see you guys coming over here trying to help us. So, hey, you either with us or you're not. And it's okay. We can still be at peace instead of being enemies. But don't act like you're with us if you're not. You got to show that. Listen, men can be men and still stand in peace. And hey, you can be racist, whatever you want to be, and prefer yours. And hey, I'll prefer mine too. There's nothing wrong with that. That's men. I personally believe, hey, that we should have stayed. You understand? During the times of Martin Luther King, that blacks should have stayed with blacks, and the other nations should have stayed with that. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom anyway. Because look where it's got us. It's got us to where now these people want to cry because of what their forefathers are doing, and this place is falling. And I'm not saying all of them. Of course I'm not saying all of them. But a big portion of them, hey, and Amalek at the lead with the fallen angels, have gotten our people to root for this fallen empire. That's not why our God created us. He put us into captivity to get whipped by a belt to eventually to come back to him. All right? So, we all know what Esau's doing behind the scene. Worse things. This thing is a joke of what they're doing with Puffy, talking about baby oil and all of these things. Let me tell you, no one will mention that in some type of court case. That have nothing to do with anything. It's a little funny and we're going to laugh. We have the right to laugh. But ultimately, we have to always get back to business. Okay? People can't help it. We're going to laugh. Some of these things are a little crazy. But if people feel ashamed, that should make them be able to change. Let's talk about some of these stars that's coming down. You guys see, they're taking down all these stars. Yo Gotti, they saying people snitching on Yo Gotti for something that happened to Young Dolph. Everybody's getting taken down so that they can have a last chance to repent for their sins. Thinking that they can stand up there and they're in some type of, fake kingdom. Our people need to understand the Most High is allowing you to go through this for your last chance of repentance. You better repent. You probably looking at who this nigga think he is, who this Negro think he is. Let me tell you, I don't think I'm anybody. I don't care. I don't care to be anybody. But I can tell you what, I know I'm here for a reason preaching this word. Huh? Let me tell you, I don't need to think I'm better than anybody. But I'm going to tell you what we know. You ain't getting out of this alive if you don't repent. Whatever celebrity status you think you have, whatever diamonds and jewelry you think you have, look how easy the white man can take it away from you if you're a so-called gangster. You ain't no gangster. You don't run nothing. You don't run nothing but your mouth and put money to your ear. Let me tell you, none of that is not going to get you anywhere. Anybody can be touched. So you rather fall into the hands of the Most High than into the hands of men. Because the Most High is the only one who can put your enemy below your footstool. You sitting there killing your own. Doing the work of the enemy. Look where it have gotten us. Let's go to first article of some of the 1 second here. Let me get this right. Some of the famous deaths that have been happening. Some of the famous deaths that have been happening. I'm gonna get as many as I can, but I want you guys to see after 2020, it's still a lot of this going on of what it talked about, right? In 3rd Baruch, in the extra biblical text, in the pseudepigrapha or pseudepigrapha, however you want to pronounce it, right? Catherine Crosby, Tito Jackson says that Jackson's 5 member has died at 70. We have Frankie Beverly. And I'm not sitting here and saying everybody passed from whatever they took in 2020. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people, it says something about the heart. And in death unknown. And everyone's dying every other week or every week. Check that out. Ballerina Michaela DePrince, who starred in Beyonce video, dies at 29. Chad McQueen, 63. Frankie Beverly, 77. James Earl Jones actually died on the Day of Atonement. It's funny because the brother played Mufasa on Lion King. That is pretty crazy to me. That's kind of crazy, the timing of that. I'm going to tell you, the Most High is the one who sanctions everything. Okay? Johnny and Matthew Gadri's sister speaks out after fatal crash. NHL star brother killed by alleged drunk driver. It's so much happening right now when it comes to death. These souls are passing out of here, guys. We better wake up. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. Matthew Perry. Richard Simmons. This Beat King Houston rapper known for club music at 39. And see, is there any more? Kobe Bryant's father dies at age 69. Lou Dobbs, 78. Guys, look at this. And when you go into this, a lot of this comes from heart attack. No different than what was allegedly happening to a lot of people from the 2020 situations or codes. Okay? Shelley Duvall, and so a lot of people can say, well, these people are in their 70s. Let me tell you guys, it's not just these people at this age. Renald White, Bill Cobbs, obviously he was an older gentleman. But look at the timing of all the deaths. I'm showing you all the souls leaving. There's something going on right now. Shifty Shell Shock, I don't know who that is. I'm just showing you guys. It's a lot of people getting out of here. Now, some people died a little earlier this year. But let me tell you guys, this is where we are. The scriptures, hey, prophesied this. Let's go to some more. Be patient because we're going in tonight. We ain't done. Oh, boy, let me tell you, we finna go in. Hip-hop artists we lost in 2024. Because they didn't even name some of the hip-hop artists on some of the celebrity lists. They just like, we'll leave that for Double XL or somebody. Rappers who passed away in 2024. Let me see, can I get it? It says Boss, March 11, 2024. Kidney failure. DJ Mr. C, April 2024. Rico Wade, April 13, 2024. Heart failure. Brother Marquise of 2 Live Crew, heart attack. Here we go. Y'all hear that? And I'm hearing people in the body's family members, similar situations. People who have taken something in their arm during the year of 2020. Enchanting, cause of death unknown. Hey, Fulio, I know this young guy. I don't really know him like that, but I know he got actually killed in a homicide. But look at all the deaths just going. Hell has enlarged itself. DJ Polo, July 27th, unknown. Chino XL, unknown. Guys, some of these unknowns, people are just falling out, guys. There this guy go again. They said he died from some kind of pulmonary embolism or something. But let me tell you, this gentleman here, he ended up just falling out. Y'all remember Fat Man Scoop? The famous Fat Man Scoop. I watched the video. The brother just fell out and passed out on stage. Suddenly. Died suddenly. Or this new garbage they talking about, unalived. I mean, why can't we just speak normal English anymore? Yeah, they unalived him. Fat Man Scoop. August, just recently. Unknown. Come on, guys. Is everything going to be unknown? Rich Homie Quan. Unknown. And there's different stories of saying he took drugs and that. Listen, I'm not the expert on that, but I'm just telling you. I'm going to tell you guys, Babylon is falling. The musicians and all that are being taken away as we speak. And any of you celebrities and musicians out there that think you are not subject to the will of the Most High because you're following Satan, you can think again. The Most High is the one who have the ultimate say in it all. You'll just keep digging your soul deeper and deeper as you just keep making more and more contracts with the devil. It's no different than getting a loan. You keep getting so many loans, before you know it, you can't get bailed out. You go bankrupt. That's what you're doing with your soul. It's time to repent. All right? So let's talk about some more of the things that we read in Revelations 18. We're going to show some things going on in Hollywood, how it's affecting our people and how we need to come out of this stuff. Fair use for educational purposes only. You see, in Tabernacles, we were teaching our young brothers how to be men. What are they teaching them in Hollywood? And we're going to have a show on that. What are the effects of the Hebrew Israelites and the effects of Hollywood? We're gonna do a show like that very soon. That's on my list. And we're gonna have some call-ins, and we're gonna show how we're being affected and how it's helping us, and how Hollywood is helping us, if it's helping us at all. Let's look at this young brother named Bashir Gray, because the whole world knows what's going on with Hollywood now, and the Most High has allowed it to wake his people up before it falls. Fair use. Educational purposes only. Let me turn the volume up, because I'm seeing brothers too close. You know, I mean, a little too close in Hollywood. Now, you see this young brother here in a dress. I had never seen this brother in a dress. I had no clue that he was in a dress. What's the pattern of our people constantly, and why is it we're constantly in dresses? We see more strong black men who are athletic in dresses than Edomite or white people. That's no different than the times of slavery. We're tap dancing. Huh? During the times of blackface. And they pass it off as just acting or I'm being professional. Fair use, educational purposes only.
So it looks like the list of young industry men that Diddy allegedly SA'd is longer than we thought, because word on the street is that Bashir Gray is one of Diddy and other industry men's victims. Child, people are saying that Will Smith was in it too. And when Brashear tried to expose them, they allegedly got him banned and blacklisted from Hollywood. So
he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
Surrounded by strength and love. The things that surrounded Brashear Gray when he got his big break in the entertainment industry were misuse, mistreatment, bad influence, and much older men taking advantage of him, allegedly.
Well, Lee looked me in my eyes. He said, no coach. I'm gonna be his coach.
The rise and fall of this young man
and let me tell you,
is definitely one for the book.
I believe that Tyrese was a part of this stuff too. But I believe the brother's coming to speak out now all of a sudden. I see the signs, guys. You know, you hear people say, oh, no, let me tell you. I knew a lot of Masons. These signs are real. How they sit is real. All of these things are codes. I don't try to look too much into them, but they're real. I see the handshakes all the time. The thumb. Every time I'm seeing these handshakes. I even seen when Kamala was sitting with Oprah, they're all giving the handshakes. It's just what it is. All right? So this poor brother here is not being taught. And guess what? It's not a shock because we're the lost tribes of Israel. But we are blowing a trumpet as the leaders to bring our people back. To let our people know, listen, this place is falling. Whatever you guys been through, it's time to come back to the Most High. We will accept you, but you must be contrite and repent. And we will help you to change your life. It's going to take work. It's not going to be easy. But as you see with your own eyes, and if you're watching Brother Brashear Gray, that's not the way to go. You have a home. You have a place. You will not be taken advantage here. You will be taught how to be a man of the Most High and be able to live in the kingdom forever. All right?
One of the reasons being is that his mentors like Will Smith and Lee Daniels were doing more than just mentoring, allegedly.
Meek Mills, Brashear Gray, let that house screaming. August the only one that stayed.
And add to that a bipolar and ADHD diagnosis, and tell me why someone like Brashear would not go through what he went through. So Brashear, known to some as Yaz the Greatest, made his small screen debut on Empire.
So we're not gonna go through the whole thing, but that's just one of them we're gonna go through tonight. Babylon has fallen. Christ is allowing everything to be exposed. And let me tell you guys, some of the things that Jaguar Wright is saying are true. There's some stories I had right upon getting in the truth. And she said some of the same things that I heard when I was in my early 20s of people who were in the industries, right? We had some people who I was signed to a little label before I was going through, and I had to sign to a label before I went independent again. And someone was going to be our managers. I'm not going to say from the label it came from, but they were working for this label, and they went to the Hollywood parties. And they said when they left, Jamie Foxx allegedly said, hey, it's always a thing, the 12 o'clock thing. And I heard Jaguar Wright say, hey, some similar things verbatim. And this happened to me that I heard this before the truth. At 12 o'clock, if you ain't down, get up out of here. She said, her and her husband said, upon their way out, they saw Eddie Murphy sitting in Heavy D's lap. And then years later, I get into the truth. I don't know Jaguar Wright. I hear her saying some of the same thing. I'm not saying this lady's perfect or a saint, but I'm telling you, she's not making these things up. I've heard different people say the same thing, the 12 o'clock thing. At 12 o'clock, you got to go and this and that, and each house party is a little different. Okay? So it ain't just no swinging going on. They switching wives and husbands. No, it's a little bit of dipping and all other type of stuff. That's why I said, listen, we don't need no children here tonight because we're going in. We're going to talk some things to expose this place. All right, as best as we can. Right? Here, let's talk about some of the people that's stepping down because of this Puffy thing. Fair use for educational purposes only. We're going to go to some of these people bringing out some of these articles here. Fair use for educational purposes only.
Feels good to be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and have friends like P. Diddy. But for these CEOs that I'm about to name, that have all been stepping down since the arrest of P. Diddy, I'm sure they're not having a good time right now. So to start the list, T.D. Jakes has stepped down, and now his daughter is taking his place. Lucian Grainge has stepped down. His son now leads. Howard Schultz has stepped down.
Lucian Grainge was one of the people in the court documents of Puffy. Right? The owner of Universal. See? That's one of the brothers who, Rod Wave or something like that, said that this gentleman was in the room with Puffy for a long time, stuck in there. So they're putting our brother out there, but they're not putting themselves out there. But it's not a shock. Like I said, the Most High has to show our people, I have to chastise you because you're my sons. Them, they're going to get away now, but hey, later, I'm going to deal with them.
His son now leads. John Paul DeJoria has stepped down. His daughter now leads. Yeah, Paul Mitchell. Kevin Liles has stepped down. John G. Taft has stepped down as well, and his son now leads his position. Ruth Handler, her daughter now leads. Ruth Handler is actually the inventor of Barbie. Ronald Perlman stepped down. His daughter now leads. Nike CEO John Donahoe, he has stepped down. The head of Sony Music Nashville, Randy Goodman.
Babylon is falling. Once all of these taskmasters are getting exposed, no different than we left Egypt, what they told us, your people are going to go and build brick now. Hey, they got to go find their own straw. Just like the immigrants are coming in, making it harder and harder for us to survive. They know it's going to be harder for our people to survive and be more tight on us. We're going to have to pull through until our God, hey, rescues us and saves us out of our captivity, guys. But it will happen.
Has stepped down. The CEO of Warner Music Japan, I can't pronounce his name, so yeah, y'all try. At this point, being a friend to P. Diddy is detrimental. I'm sure.
And let me tell you guys, unfortunately, Brother Meek Mills, brother, you need to repent. I'm going to tell you, straight up, all this acting hard is not flying with real men. All you do, you know, and stop screaming all over the place. Every time you rap, you screaming all over the place. Your voice is becoming annoying because you just trying to act hard all the time. Brother, you have been caught. You have to know when to stop. It's time for you to repent. The king of Philly and no, you're not. I'm sorry to tell you, brother. You need to repent. And that's the only way your nicknames is going to be taken away. You got some, let me tell you, you got some nicknames, brother, that's unlawful for me to speak right now. You are not hard. Leave it alone and you just be a man of the Most High, because I know your intentions were not to become this. Maybe you got compromised and you needed some help to get out of prison or whatever the case may be. But brother, your soul is on the line. Let me tell you, Nicki Minaj, they saying Nicki Minaj put that audio out on you, brother. And let me tell you, and you're in the documents talking. And let me tell you, you're making yourself sound silly out here. Talking about, I'll put up $100K for any investigator to see why they're putting my name with Puffy. Brother, how stupid is that? Just do it instead of putting it on social media. You're making yourself look guilty. But really, you're trying to save face, brother. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm trying to save you as your brother. We can talk behind the scenes, because the good part about it, you know, Nicodemus and some of the people Christ dealt with, some of them he just dealt with them behind the scenes to save your image. Your image is tainted. It will never come back. You were talking about Drake, brother, but you are no different than Drake. You were you were tough with your guys, jumping Drake, beating Drake up, brother, but now Christ have exposed everything of the dark side. Listen, tonight, my job is not to expose our brothers, but it's to show that the Most High himself have taken, guess what, the scale off of our eyes to see things for what they really are, to where our brothers can come back. So all this acting hard, think of Rick Ross and Hey, I believe these guys can be stand-up guys if they repent. But I believe that they just have to continue the role of acting. And I know they're tired. But let me tell you, Meek Mills, brother, it's looking real bad for you, brother. The more you open your mouth, I'm seeing the social media posts, it's looking bad for you, brother. You need to chill. No one will ever respect you again. And I'm going to tell you, I will not, unless you was to repent and turn away and come to Christ. I'm going to just tell you straight up. I see the young Meek Mills who was the battle rapper, but then I see something else I'm not going to even mention. And you know that when you look in the mirror at night. You got children and all that, brother. It's time to be, hey, it's time to come clean. Pray, get in the closet and pray to the Most High, ask for forgiveness and change your life, because running to Africa ain't going to help you. They doing some stuff over there too. All right? You want to hear the truth? You have to hear the whole truth. Who else? Who else is running? Because all of a sudden Puffy's going through it. All of this is going on while we're doing our holy days, guys. To keep our people's mind off of their God and on this garbage. But guess what? Maybe the Most High is just like, listen, no, I want my people, the rest of my people. I know y'all got it and y'all doing the holy days, but I need the rest of the people to join you. So I'm going to topple this place. Megan Fox deleting her tweets. The singer Pink deleting all her tweets. Usher deleting all his tweets. Deleting 6,000 to 7,000 tweets, guys. Huh? Let me tell you, the Most High have been allowing the angels to just, whoo. Let me tell you, blow this thing wide open. Shannon Sharp. Jamie Foxx was on live stream with Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner. And guess what? He had to shut, let me tell you, he had to shut the Most High is just allowing all this stuff to get exposed. Jamie Foxx had to shut his live stream off because Jerry Jones was talking about, hey, this guy is this tall, he's this big, he weighs this much. And then he started talking about the size of a man's situation. Jamie Foxx just ended that live. The Most High is doing this. And just recently, Shannon Sharp, who had the big interview with Cat Williams. Shay should never be a man's name. But that's just my opinion. I mean, and let me tell you, I commend Shannon Sharp for his great interviews. So I'm never gonna knock anybody's talent. And the brother's strong. At his age, the brother's still hitting. The brother's a strong dude. But I'm starting to realize just because men are strong, it's starting to turn into the old Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, it's cats out here with the LGBT that's huge. I'm talking about 6'5", 250, 260. Let me tell you, y'all brothers might want to be working out. I'm going to tell you right now, you want to be working out where you can move and and have to run if you have to. Let me tell you, you might want to get on your game. Because if a cat come up like that and just grab you because you ain't handling your business, let me tell you, some of these cats out here is huge. So, stay on your game. But yeah, brother Shannon Sharp had a live, and he detours that from the homosexuality claims that were against him, allegedly. That his stylist, this guy, how many, let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest as black people. How many normal men have a male stylist? I'm talking about men who like women and who are against the other lifestyle. How many, I'm just asking out there on the chat, how many normal men have a male stylist? And you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. So I mean, hey, I'm not saying he's what, because I can't say anything I haven't witnessed. I can't do that. But I'm gonna tell you what's out there, Mr. Shannon Sharp. I think you're intelligent, but brother, if you doing what you're doing, you either come out of the closet and be real, or come and repent to the Most High. I think you're doing a great work. But the Most High, you need to understand something. Right now, the God of heaven, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our God, the Hebrew, Hebrews, the Israelites. He is exposing everything. And whoever gets in his way and who don't come all the way over, they're going to get exposed too. That's what I'm putting out there. That's all I'm saying. Anybody who's not with the Most High is going to get walked over right now. Y'all celebrities, you might want to, I know you guys are, hey, deleting tweets and, you know, stepping down and all of these things. You got to do more than step down. You need to step down from Hollywood and Babylon. You got enough money now. Right? So, one moment. One moment here. One moment. Sorry about that. All right. So, alrighty. Yes, indeed. Fair use for educational purposes only. And I'm just asking a question. You know, you better not give none to Tasha K, because she is going to expose anything. She's waiting to spill any tea. People call her just to spill the tea. Okay? So, Shannon Sharp stylist breaks silence after cryptic IG posts rumors of secret fling behind their split. Guys, this is the sad part about it. This shouldn't even be a thing. You have to understand something. If you are straight, no one needs to really make up things like that. And the only thing that makes it questionable is because my brother Shannon Sharp, and guess what? I can't worry about another man's business, if he's celibate or not, if he's single. That ain't my business about another man. But it makes me as another man think, just because I'm out there, you know, listening out there in the world, that the brother he's not really ever seen with a wife or women. And that's questionable because you have a male stylist, and the guy looks young too, like a kid. It's for me, it's a little strange. That's all I'm saying. It's just a little strange. So, I mean, you know, I'm just saying, guys, you might want to get on the side of the Most High because it's not looking good. All right? It ain't looking good at all. The Most High is destroying Babylon on all levels, even with the foolish counsel of the spiritual Egyptians. Don't forget, America is called in Revelations 11:8, spiritual Egypt and Sodom. Look at Kamala. Look at Donald Trump and Biden. And guess what? Yes, you'll be better hands with Donald Trump, but he's still not necessarily in every way fit for president. All right? He's just good at running a business, which America is. It's a corporation. Okay? I want to go to Isaiah 19 really quick. Because I'm going to show you guys something really quick on how on point the scriptures are. My goodness. I'm going to show you how on point the scriptures are. The burden of Egypt. Right now we're talking about spiritual Egypt. Yes, there's some prophecy that will be fulfilled in physical Egypt, but right now we're talking about spiritual Egypt, which is America, or the daughter of Babylon. And we're going to show you a little bit about some of the foolish counselors. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. So that once great America, just like Sodom was great and Gomorrah, will eventually fall. It's already happening now. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptians, No different than what the scripture says in Matthew 24, nation against nation. No different than what it says in 2nd Ezra, I think chapter 6 or 7. Nations, friend shall fight against friend, everyone against his neighbor. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom and kingdom. Sound like Matthew 24, doesn't it? Showing you it's talking about also spiritual Egypt, which is America. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. It's the Most High who's destroying the counsel and allowing this place to become foolish so that we can see that this place is done and our captivity is done. It's the Most High. He is the one doing it, showing you their power is done. Their wizards have no more power. They need us. Kamala has to do all types of things to get black people to vote, and they always do, really. Even though there's an electoral college, they still have to see, the effects of what black people really want in this country anyway, even though they're not going to do anything for us. See? If I had to vote for somebody for president, I wouldn't put a woman there, but I definitely would put Candace Owens before I put Kamala Harris. See? I would. But you want to put a man in office because men understand war. Okay? And they shall seek to the idols and charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and of a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts. I want to go down to something else, because it talks about all the sea and the fish and how the environment will mess up. We're going through that now, but let's go to verse 11. Surely the princes of Zoan, which is a place in Egypt, are fools. The counsel of the wise counsels of Pharaoh has become brutish. So the American presidents and their counsels have become brutish. They have become fools, guys, because of the Most High. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise? How can America brag about having Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, an older gentleman inside of office who really needs to be taken care of at home by you know what I mean? In the old folks' home. Right? Where are they? Where are thy wise men? Since you want to practice after the Egyptians, after the ancient Egypt, where are your wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts had purposed upon Egypt or upon America, the daughter of Babylon. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. These are places like in Upper Egypt, right? They have also seduced Egypt, even that are the stay of the tribes thereon. So some of our people have been deceived through their wicked counsel and their deception of democracy, thinking that just because a person, is a Democrat, that they're for black people. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. This place is becoming a third world country, no different than ancient Egypt. The customer service is gone. See? The food is genetically modified. It's all over the place right now, guys. Babylon is falling. Neither shall there be any work for the Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. This is going to happen in Egypt. And it's going to happen here with the abomination of desolation when the robots take over the jobs. When they take away the daily sacrifice. See? In that day Egypt shall be like unto woman. Is not America like unto women and ruled by feminists? And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, because Judah is prophesying and waking this place up. Which he shall shaketh over it, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because Candace Owens is she's doing what she's doing. We have been doing what we're doing, prophesying, across the four corners of the earth. People are talking. The Israelites is waking up. All the people are leaving the Christian church. Y'all better hit that like button, because guess what? We are bringing this kingdom down from the word of the Most High. Huh? Because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he had determined against it. All right? I think that's all I want there. That's all I want there. But I wanted to go there to show. Look at some of the foolish counsel in this place now, guys. Look at some of the foolish counsel in this place now. Fair use for educational purposes only. Fair use for educational purposes only.
Many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
The significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in...
Guys, no disrespect. No disrespect to the East Indians, but... Because, I mean, everyone has some wisdom in their culture, and you know, but... I'll tell you something, guys. This is a bad representation, one, of her claiming she's black, and even her own people. She just sounds like, no disrespect, a bimbo who was around celebrities, because I'm seeing a lot of, and when I say bimbo, I mean like a bird brain person who should not even be up there talking. I mean, I just seen her in old photos with celebrities. She was a pretty girl when she was young. Around these celebrities, no offense, but like the jump off. And they put her up there because they saying she slept her way up there. I don't know how true that is, but let me tell you, this is their counsel they have now. Her and Joe Biden. Isn't the scriptures true, boy, Isaiah 19?
Door cannot be known. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Obesity.
Oh. Let me tell you, boy. I don't know what's in that East Indian food, but boy.
Is a serious disease, and it needs to be taken seriously.
Certain issues are just settled. Clearly we're not. No, that's right, and that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
Words have many meanings.
Lord have mercy. And she does this all day. She just busts out laughing, out of nowhere. And guys, let me tell you, we're going through it tonight. We are going through it tonight. One second here. I don't know what happened. One second. She was sitting there talking in front of Oprah. And boy, even Oprah, let me see, can I find this? Let me see, can I find it? Because this thing was crazy. Oh, let me see. One second, I got to get this. I have to get it. Yeah, here we go. Come on, please let it be available. Fair use for educational purposes only. Give me 1 second, guys. Listen. All right, I got it. I had to get it for you, boy. Let me tell you. Yeah, there you go. I don't know what's going on with this little thing on the side. That ad with these two guys. Lord, what's going on? Father, have mercy. I tell you, Egypt shall be like unto women in that day. Lord, in the morning. Get ready. Educational purposes only. Fair use.
What's on your heart to say to the
counsel of spiritual Egypt is foolish and brutish.
People, as we have 47 days until November 5th. What's on your heart? To say to particularly those people who are still undecided, or maybe indifferent, or on the fence still?
We love our country.
And I don't know what type of facelift Oprah got, but Oprah look amazing. I mean, this technology they got going on, boy. Oprah, listen, I don't know what type of witchcraft they got going on. Lord have mercy, she never looked that good.
I love our country. I know we all do. That's why everybody's here right now. We love our country. We take pride in the privilege of being American. And this is a moment where...
And believe it or not, people, in the Masonic world, Oprah is over Kamala. Trust me when I say that. I can even see when they're going to give the Masonic handshake when they're done. But I already knew just from this what's going on. Oprah is one of the biggest gatekeepers. All right?
We can and must come together as Americans, understanding we have so much more in common than what separates us.
How many times she gonna say that? She said that 3 other times, it seems like, in this very same rally. I'm just now making it to the end of this because this thing is just so miserable. It is the biggest shit show that I've seen in a...
Excuse the language, but let me tell you, all you seeing, brother, is the council of Pharaoh in Egypt is no more. The Most High have taken it down. That's why we need to all band together and come on the side of the Most High and His Son Christ. It's over.
Time. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, tap into the Patreon, link is in the description. Teach Hanley 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. And then get your tickets to the live shows, Atlanta and then Detroit. Links is in the description, man. Let's rock, bro. Let's get to this miserable time. Maybe she can convince us. I'm looking to be convinced. I'm looking to be convinced to vote for her.
Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and...
What do y'all think that Oprah is thinking when she's looking at Kamala Harris before we get to the Americans have dreams and hopes? What do y'all think that Oprah is thinking? While she's looking at... when she's looking at Kamala Harris, make her speech and make her pitch to people, right after they had all of these celebrities on there, Meryl Streep, and immigrants start to take over your neighborhood. Optimism.
Have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be.
She had a dream. Now she Martin Luther Queen.
We believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being.
She's free.
Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom to be safe from gun violence.
Everybody in the office. Look at Oprah. Look at everybody in the office, in the audience has to be absolutely.
You love openly and with pride, freedom to.
You know who she's speaking to, right?
Be.
What?
And that's who we are. We believe in all that.
Oprah hit her with
so this is a moment.
Listen.
Yo, I think Oprah don't even agree with this. I believe that Oprah is aligning with this because there got to be some favors or something like that. Oprah hit her with the. Check this out.
Be.
It is over, guys. It's over. So let them get a little Masonic handshake because it was all playing the stage.
We're not fighting against.
She got to be drunk.
It's what we're fighting for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, let them get a little. They little Masonic handshake. Let me tell you, it's over, guys. It's over. We ain't done. Let me tell you, we are not done. I told y'all we going in tonight. Let me tell you, I'm gonna show you. Babylon is falling, guys. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Fair use. Fair use. Educational purposes only. Boy. You come back and watch this, boy. I tell you.
I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President.
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better.
Let me tell you, this poor guy. I mean, and I ain't gonna say poor guy like I feel sorry for this dude, but this guy is out there. He had his sin too. So I'm not going to play this one, but I'll just show you that this. Let me tell you, they put this person up there, and he's just speaking all of this nonsense to show you this country is falling. I realized I was talking to your wife. And let me tell you, he said worse than that. If you guys saw that, he said said worse than that. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna say. He said way worse than that. You see, I got a lot of links to go through. But let me tell you. As you see, the Council of America is done. The Council of America is done. Now let's talk about this Diddy thing here. Fair use for educational purposes only. Let me tell you, he did this to himself through his pride. Pride comes before the fall. You have to come back and repent, Diddy.
Exposing Diddy. Back in 2022, during a Drink Champs interview, Kanye West exposed Diddy for being compromised with all the information he knew regarding celebrities doing disgusting things in the entire industry, along with him doing it himself.
Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my coat car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about.
After Kanye West started to expose Diddy, Diddy actually ended up sending Kanye West a message, and Kanye posted this conversation between him and Diddy to his Instagram, as you can see right here, with Diddy texting him saying, "As soon as I land, we'll meet face to face, send me an address," and Kanye responded by saying, "F you, you're a fed." Kanye West also exposed Diddy for being a slave to the industry and having handlers and not being able to freely speak on what he wants due to all the crimes he committed in his past, so that's why he needs to shut up.
They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. But not you, man. But they can't control me. You see name, I won't name. It's up.
So let me tell you, all you celebrities out there who are not on the side of the Most High, it's time for you to come back to your God. Because let me tell you, there's nothing that will not get exposed. They're going to come for you, LeBron. They're going to come for you, Jay-Z. Let me tell you, they're going to come for all of your brothers. They're going to come for all of your brothers. Let me tell you, your enemy don't respect traitors. You trading against your own people like Judas. Your enemy will never respect you when you do that. How long do you think they will allow you to last? That's why you try to, have something against them like Puffy did. But let me tell you, the Most High won't even allow that to happen, because guess what? You're being lukewarm. You're being lukewarm. Right? So, Diddy, he tells on himself too. He tells on himself, guys. He told on himself. Look, fair use, educational purposes only. He tells on himself. So yeah, I mean, really, it's just time for them to come back to the Most High. They're never going to show Esau what they're doing. And our people don't even know, like, listen, what this is about. To where they just exposing Diddy. They're not thinking to go and look for the people who are over Diddy. Because we're taught to just keep each other and bring each other down. But we make it no better when we get on these videos and forget when we're so high, like nothing can happen to us.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down, racial barriers, break it down.
So he think he's doing the work of breaking down racial barriers by bringing everybody together for some type of, you know, freak party. Right? So this, I mean, he didn't make it easy by, but, and let's be honest. Last time I heard, no one gets in trouble for throwing a party at their house and doing what they want to do in their private time. So that's how this thing is also a total joke. And you have all these people now coming forth. Esau is funny, crying and all that. Like, listen, none of you guys at the party were innocent. None of you women coming back. Yeah, people talking about, Chris Brown did this to me. And what were you doing at the house? You think these brothers going to take time out to be like, oh, how old are you? When people are out there sinning. People are out there sinning or not thinking about, unfortunately, oh, how old are you? If you look like a woman to a man at a party, his mindset, if he's drinking or whatever he's going on, the last thing he's thinking about is, like, man, let me see some ID. So all this stuff of coming back later, you shouldn't have been at the party trying to come back and sue somebody. Straight up. And I'm not saying none of this stuff is right. All this stuff is evil. But let's be honest. You think people backstage like, man, let me see your ID. Let me tell you, they like, listen, you back here, you're back here. That's just what it is. So I want to show some of your favorite stars out here that, listen, this thing, guys, it's all vanity. It's not real. It's just a waste of time. All of these people are pretending to be somebody who they're not. These guys are really in the closet. I can respect the LGBT more than these people who are in the closet. Let's just be real about it. They're rapping and they're, you know, making a facade to make money. They're really wearing a costume to take money from our people. But really, they should just stand up in pride with the LGBT. That's just the reality about it. At least the LGBT, like, listen, I'm not standing with the Bible. I'm doing what I'm doing. And you got these rappers who's lukewarm. Right? And I don't agree with, hey, alternative lifestyles, but at least they being real about what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. There you go. Here goes your boy French Montana. Huh?
You know,
fair use.
Sure I heard about him more than he heard about me.
Right.
But when I met him, it was just like, you know, I was like, you going back to New York tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. Like, come on, get on my jet. We're gonna go back together. Come on, bring all your friends too. You know, then we went back. You know, we landed. And
you can bring your friends. I bring my friends, and we can be friends. We can do this every weekend. Is that all right? Is that all right with you? You're gonna find out that these guys were talking about men the whole time. Huh?
that was history, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Happy birthday to you.
Never seen it in a dress like this. He ain't never even been impressed like this. Probably why I got him quiet on his neck like this. Like it, love it, need it, bad. Take it, own it, steal it, fast. Don't get it twisted, baby.
Let me tell you guys, Babylon is done. It's falling. It's done. It's totally done. One second here. We know that, hey, they're not putting out Hugh Hefner, these things, but let me tell you, they won't. Because the Most High is trying to save his people, knowing that these people are the ones who taught our people this and that they're taking advantage of us. So let us for once focus on us and our people and how we can be better. Yeah, we can blame everybody else, but we got into this position because we couldn't take accountability in the beginning. The Bad Boy Empire. Listen to the name Bad Boy. Puffy, the name Bad Boy is a spirit. It's really Cain. It's really Cain. Against Abel. See? It's really the original Esau against Jacob. It's really the son Ham who decides to do the opposite of what his father tells him. Then Shem. So it had to crumble. So you're either going to fall with Babylon or you're going to repent. Because everything you created, it was a lie. I used to love Burna Boy till I start seeing him in dresses.
Boy! Triple, quadruple. In the flesh. In the fucking flesh. Yes, sir. That's so much to tell you, man.
Let me tell you, no man greets a man like that. No man greets a man like that. I used to think Burna Boy was gangster, all this stuff. Let me tell you, I realized, man, all these guys are bought and paid for. No man does that to another man, guys. We know that. I mean, I used to love Burna Boy. I used to bump me some Burna Boy. When I seen him come in some women clothes, and then I seen this, I said, man, it's over. They done got to my boy. I'm like, Puff ain't missing anything. Anything that come by Puff, it has to be some type of addiction to it. It's definitely a demon to take down anybody, anything that come across your sight. That right there, he's not missing anything. That's why you see all of these people dropping off. They like, let me tell you, Puffy ain't missing nothing. This dude's always walking around with a towel on. He ain't missing anything. Anything that he talking about, hey, if you let me out, I won't have no females in my presence. I ain't worried about the females. Just saying. Lord have mercy. One second. We ain't done. We are not done here. He got his own island. He got his own island. Let me tell you. It ain't over. Fair use, educational purposes only.
This is just for inspirational, motivational uses only. You know what I'm saying? You don't know a lot of black men that come from the hood. They got an island. I got an island. It's called Love Island. So when I took you to Love Island, and then you realize that the plane landed, and then we had to float to another island. What was going through your head when we were going there?
I was finally finna go to war by this nigga. He mad.
What was your favorite time that I took you off the grid?
Look, listen. You see how was your favorite time took you off the grid? He just think he the most playerist dude ever. I can't knock my brother, but let me tell you, you need to come back to the Most High, brother. You need to come back to the Most High. Hey, I told y'all we going through it tonight. We are going through it tonight. Not this one. Not this one. just to show you, it got holes all in this stuff. Holes all in this stuff. It's Swiss cheese. It's done. It's not coming back. Hey, Esau said, brother, why do you do this stuff in public? Can we at least wait till we get to the Puffy party? This brother got to the point where he couldn't even wait. I don't know what's happening. It's kind of pausing up on us, but yeah. Oh man, listen. Hey guys, Hollywood is done. All your stop worrying about celebrities. Some people will argue you down about these celebrities and all that. They're not bad people. I'm not here to say they're bad people. I'm here to say, listen, they might want to repent if they're dealing with this lifestyle. That's it. They can do what they want to do. I'm worried about doing the work of the Most High. But hey, I'm trying to save my brothers instead of trying to look up to them like they just because they have some talent. I have talent too, and they can have the most talent in the world. But guess what? If their soul ain't saved, what did it matter? And this is what you guys got to think about when you get with men and women too. She can be the most beautiful person on the outside, and then you can have a woman who may not have that fleshly beauty as her. But I'll tell you something. That woman's spirit is so on point. And you know the irony of it? That woman or man who may not have that so-called fleshly beauty, they get an everlasting beauty in the kingdom of heaven. But what happens to that person with the fleshly beauty whose soul is wasted away now? They have no beauty when they go to hell, guys. Look at the irony of it. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. You may be first in this world according to the flesh, but you'll end up burning in hell, being tortured, and looking like some ghoul or demon, rotting away, flesh rotting away. And what was it all for? Even your plastic surgery won't last forever. Well, that person who may not be, according to the world, fleshly beautiful, but it's more beautiful spirit. And that doesn't mean they're not pretty out here, but I'm saying according to the world, they have these so-called images. You got to look like Kardashian or this and that, even though she's trying to look like a black woman. It's the irony is just going to be the total opposite. Am I saying that people shouldn't work out and get themselves together? That's not what I'm saying. You should get your temple together. Definitely. That's a part of the spirit. But just to focus on the image of the world, it's not it. Here the brother goes again, and I pray you learn from this. This is a shame, brother. And guess what? You probably learned this from somewhere, but let me tell you, we love the music and the hits before when we didn't know no better. But it was all wrong, brother. So now it's time to repent. Let me tell you, he just violated this person. This brother did not, and Javante Davis, he's doing some crazy dances too. That's why I was like, you know what? I think he like, not right now, not on camera. We can talk later. He didn't convert it to Islam. Some of these brothers are converting to Islam trying to hide from this stuff. Come on in the truth. The Arabs was doing the same thing Puffy was doing. You just don't know. The Mohammedans was the Diddies in the camps. I'm going to just tell you the truth. So you might want to be careful with that. It's going to be a party and they're going to be talking about Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. That's what they're going to be talking about.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
There you go, pick him up again. I'm sorry. Hey, let me tell you right now. That's a violated hug right there. That's a violated hug. I'm sorry to tell you. That's a violated hug. That ain't it. Let's see some more things what's going on in Hollywood here. I know y'all heard of this one. Spirit cooking, huh?
Pig blood as the closest to the human blood. One of the spirit cooking recipe will be with a sharp knife, cut deeply into the finger of your hand, eat the pain. Or another will be, in time of doubt, keep small meteorite stone in your mouth. Or my favorite will be, take 11 leaves of fresh green cabbage, mix with the 13,000 grams of pure jealousy, cook in iron pot till the all water evaporates, and eat it just before attack. Or mix breast milk with the sperm milk, drink it on earthquake nights. And so graffitis on the wall using pig blood as the closest to the human blood. One of the spirit cooking recipe will be with a sharp knife, cut deeply.
What is she talking about, you might ask? What is she talking about? Well, how to conjure up demons. And they have been said to have politicians doing some of this spirit cooking and all that. Yep. Throwing feces on the wall and all type of things. Drinking things and eating things and all that, guys. This is what goes on in Hollywood. So they're not only doing these things just for fun. It goes back to ancient Babylon worship. They won't tell you that. It's not just for pleasure only. That's just the extra thing that comes with it. See? Let me tell you, the Most High have exposed, and guess what? I love, one thing about me, I give credit where it's due. But when I find out something's flawed or false, I can't deal with it. It's not Christ. That's not what Christ is. Fair use for educational purposes only. I'm sorry to tell you guys, I've been knowing this a long time. Biggie Smalls is not the best rapper alive. He was a thief. Unfortunately, and I hate to say it, but this is just the truth. Our people have to get let go from these strings attached to these things we fight over and argue over. And hey, I'm not saying that was his intentions to be such. And do I think that the brother learned something before it was his time to pass? Probably, that he probably didn't want to be a part of that. But listen, there's some things that even some of them had to go through, whether they wanted to or not, that we have been deceived by. His whole persona came from the people who we always want to look down on, the people from the South. For whatever reason, this thing of the up north people acting uppity have to look down on their Southern brothers. That's just nothing but what the slave masters and Amalek wants us to think, to divide one another. We're just the same people, guys, in different areas. From the four corners of the earth, the Most High says he's gathering us. He's not just gathering people from up north. So this thing that you think, the subways and the rats up there, that's life. That's not life. The life is going to be in our land, the children of Israel. None of these places is our life, no matter where we are. California, the perfect weather. No. We're all going to be able to be back together in our land. But I'll tell you something. This arrogance was all vain. Because we looked up to brothers when we found hip hop up there. Obviously we had to follow that. When we found out, all they want to do is talk down and look down, and we still shunned it because we know they got some real brothers up there. We gonna deal with the real up there, not the haters who say we slow down here. Ain't nothing slow about us. You see what I'm saying? So we just humble. But there's evil people down here too. Don't ever get into the misconceptions of all of these things. It's a bunch of stupidity. What I'm here to tell you, once again, another hole in the cheese. Biggie Smalls had a lot of homosexual lines in his music. Since a kid, I could mimic when he took a breath, when he freestyled, because I thought he was one of the greatest freestylers myself when I was getting into music. I used to study him and Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I said, hey, I'm going to study this East Coast side, this West Coast side. I wanted to be a very good rapper, and I'm all right, you know. But when I start to figure out some of my so-called heroes or people, I said, man, Biggie's saying some crazy things. Deal with children in the behind and throw them over a bridge, and he'd rather deal with RuPaul and, you know, suck this and do that. Let me tell you, I was like, man, and when I became a man, I said, man, you don't pay attention to the lyrics in every sense when you're young. You thinking he's just saying it just to rhyme, but like, nah, brother, these were some suspect things. Come to find out, this dude had so-called transsexuals in his music video. And he was running up on them, rapping to them. Yeah. So all our little life was a lie. He stole his persona, and Puffy probably did it because he was over it, from a gentleman from Mississippi. I'm going to bring it out. All of it's a lie. Hollywood and Babylon is falling. Time to repent. Oh, yeah. Talk down on the South, but you stole something from somebody from the South. See? And Jay-Z stole rhymes from Biggie Smalls. And come to find out, they're saying that Puffy and Jay-Z wanted this guy gone. So I don't know how true all that is, but it gets deeper and deeper, guys. So I just deal with the Most High. I don't get into all these other things. I'm trying to be the best I can be. All this other, the West Side, East Side, South Side. Listen, there's no best. Israel is the best. Okay, that's the best side. So, because all the so-called knowledge up there, you still got our people philosophizing with Egyptology. So, in Islam.
My back lit is the out of here. Any man battle rap trap, and we definitely got the street. Put it on.
Fair use.
All know Notorious B.I.G.'s hit song Juicy. Apparently, there was a rapper back in the day, 1993 to be exact, named B1, Notorious B1. Coincidentally, very same name, and he's saying that Biggie stole the track from him. I'm going to play a little sample of it.
It took a long time, but now I'm living back. G Notorious B1, Mr. Big Bang. Here comes the man, the big villain. Here comes the man, the big villain.
Alright, so do y'all think Biggie stole that? Do y'all think that Puffy put Biggie in a situation where he stole somebody else's stuff, stole somebody's name, stole somebody's this, stole somebody's that? I do gotta add though, this beat is obviously a sample of the Juicy Fruit song and has been sampled by Warren G, Keisha Cole, Chris Brown, Neo, several other artists over the years. So I can say this is a very popular sample, but it's hard to look past the name, Notorious B1, Notorious B.I.G., and they saying that Biggie didn't go by that until 94. Obviously, this guy's song came out in 93. What do y'all think, man? Is he tripping? Should he have been said something? Is this disrespectful to even ask? Did Puffy do this? Did one of the producers do this? It's all types of things floating around right now, and it does not help that this guy's from Mississippi, and Biggie says from Mississippi to the East Coast in the song. It's a lot of things not helping this situation, but me and my little hip-hop heart does not want to believe this is true. Y'all look into it for yourself. Let me know what y'all thinking.
Yeah, the reason he's going to mention Mississippi because it was stolen. And that's the arrogance that some of these brothers will have up north. They would carry this thing sometime, and I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them do. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on in the water, but it sounds like what they do in Egypt because it's very similar to construct. Maybe it's the water. I am Egyptian, man. The women tell me over there the Egyptian man, for whatever reason, he think he's the best thing on earth. Literally, where we stayed in Alexandria is so similar to New York. Rats, the construct is literally like the same. So I don't know if New York copied Alexandria. I don't know what, but it's literally like the same. And this is the thing, man. It's like, it's not about a side. It's about what we've been taught, that you should follow this, you should do this, this is the best. No, the Most High's way is the best. All these, we in the ghetto, we don't have anything, we're in captivity, we need each other. Ain't no I believe he stole it. This is just the one guy's side. It is stolen. It is stolen. Okay, this is just his. I had other videos of that. This is just some new thing, but it is stolen. And I said, dang, because Jay-Z was stealing Biggie's rhymes. And I said, boy, there was a Drake a long time ago. They got, boy, let me tell you, they got some things on some rhymes Drake took, boy. Oh my goodness. Once again, the wizardry and everything. Fair use. We're gonna expose Babylon tonight. There's no need to join this stuff, children. There's no need to join this thing, teenagers, adults. You might as well make your own situation. It's done. You're not getting paid from this stuff anymore. I'll tell you right now. Hey, and if you find you a good spot, hey, do what you got to do. But I can tell you right now, Babylon is falling. So hopefully you got you a good spot in it.
I don't think people realize like how young we were, you know, so we're actually like kids in this multi-billion-dollar industry.
Wait, did y'all just see that? Let me tell you, I can love a brother all I want to, but I would never tell your skin is soft. Because that's what he told the brother. See? Well, I can't play that part. That's the parts that I was talking about. He's getting a little too X-rated on that. But I'll show you something you can read for yourself. If you come back and watch the show. He said a lot of Paul's suspect things here. All right? So listen. That's not the greatest rapper alive. Okay? Sorry. Whoever said that, that's off. Okay? Let me tell you, the whole Hollywood thing is done. The Most High, let me tell you, it's over. There's no talent in Hollywood, guys. It's auto-tune. People, you know what I mean? People, you got to bring it back to the live instruments. Like, what's going on here? And like I said, I'm not talking about people who use auto-tune, but I'm saying it's really based on a bunch of technology. It's no real talent. It's based on who will sell their souls, guys. Yeah, you got your local has-beens who come out and do concerts and stuff like that. Look, let me tell you, when 50 Cent found out this guy really don't have it, this guy never really had it. He had one hit in him. And I'm not knocking nobody feeding his family, but brother, this is the talent modern day. Hollywood is done. This is how they making us look.
Everybody try to be a snake. Cop told me that's my gun, my gun. Everybody did it rape, that's my whip. Don't touch, that's my shit.
Look, listen. One thing I can respect about New York, though, you got to be a real spitter to come out. These brothers is remembering lines upon lines upon lines to battle rap. That's what motivated me. I'm like, man, I love this stuff. And to be able to come on Funkmaster Flex, you had to be able to spit. Look at this cat. So you did have cats like this from the South who come out straight trash. Lean with it, rock with it, garbage. And then want to go to Flex and try to hit a freestyle. If you couldn't go there and be a Lil Wayne or somebody, man, you out of there. Lean with it, rock with it is a dance song. Don't come up there trying to freestyle with that trash. I'ma come down, now it came down, broke them boys off. No, you got to come with them lyrics. I didn't want to hear that garbage. So that's why I looked up to the East Coast, because when I'm in Houston, it was always, I'm going to come down, I done came down, I done broke them boys off. I'm like, okay, how many times can we break these boys off? How many times? So I had to get my pen game right. I'm like, listen, I'm listening to the East Coast. I'm going to listen to a little California, and I'm going to mix it all up. See? Hey. And I was with Big Tigger when he came down and won battle rap. I learned how to battle rap, guys. So I know all about it. I can battle rap. A lot of y'all, I haven't really had time to really put some in. Let me tell you. But I was known for, I was a mixtape king. I was on big mixtapes. I did things with G Unit, Mobb Deep, and all. A lot of y'all don't even know a lot of that. I just don't put a lot of these things out. I had Puffy's artists on my radio show. I got Dylan the Dillinger giving me a shout out still in my studio right now. So I've done a lot of things. Before Trader Truth was signed with T.I., he was in our studio, paid to make tracks with our artist. I don't have to put all my stuff out there. I don't feel it's necessary. I've been doing this a long time, though. Right? But I let me tell you, it was holes in it a long time ago. Let me tell you, this guy right here, I'm going to be honest, got no talent.
That's my shit. Don't touch, that's my shit. Don't touch, that's...
Excuse the language, please.
Shit. Cop told me that's my drug, that's my gun, that's my shit. Don't touch, that's my shit. Don't touch, that's my...
This is supposed to be a freestyle. And he's laughing at him. And watch how he acts at the end.
Don't touch, that's my shit. Don't touch, that's my brick. Don't touch, that's my bitch. Rich.
You know what it is, Funk Flex Zana. Everybody can't come up here. Brooklyn.
He said, listen, everybody can't come up here. Brooklyn. Listen, no pun intended. He shouldn't have been up there. That's Babylon for you guys. They just giving people money to make our culture look bad. And obviously, you know, 50 Cent then posted that. And Dame Dash, I love what the brother stands for, but sometimes we have to just let go. You know, sometimes we just know when to... One thing I love about Dame Dash, he's speaking for the culture. I pray that he gets into the truth and finds the truth and all that. But I think sometimes you have to know when either to quit or the time to speak or to stay in your lane. And the scriptures tell you, don't go up against a powerful man. Maybe one time Dame Dash was powerful, but now he's going up against 50 Cent because 50 Cent as a man just said, hey, I heard Dame said $1 million wasn't enough money. He just gave a comment. Men can make comments and they have opinions. It's not a diss. It's just that 50 Cent said, I didn't have any money, so to me $1 million was money. And everybody can have their opinions on that. So if you don't have knowledge, $1 million is a lot of money to you. If you do have knowledge, it's not a lot of money to you. And so Dame Dash got into the thing of let 50 Cent start his own show the same time I do it, knowing that 50 Cent is still working under these people. But he just kept going on, and really Dame Dash, I don't know with the brother's life, but people need to be careful with this social media and these live streams because this was another distraction out there, but it's not like it was a purpose distraction. It just ended up happening. And I'm going to teach you guys a lesson. I'm not making fun of the brother and him having dentures or whatever the case may be. He's saying they're gold teeth, but I think they're dentures personally. But I don't really care to defame him or anything. But we need to be careful. You got Jamie Foxx. Had to turn the live off. Shannon Sharp, live supposedly accidentally comes on. Now this brother getting on live. People come on live stream murdering, killing, and hurting people and doing all types of crazy stuff, guys. What is going on with our people? Babylon is falling. It's time to repent. Let's see if Dame Dash is the real deal. That's what they were talking about on here. Right? Let's see if he's the real deal. He said, you want to see if I'm the real deal. That's what he said. Okay? That's what he said. So, we getting ready to see. Unfortunately. Fair use.
Just see if I'm the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Just see if I'm the real deal.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for me. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to laugh, but that he was saying, you know, basically see if he was the real deal when his teeth ended up falling out as soon as he said that. I think the Most High like, look, brother, you got to know when to chill. Now 50 Cent didn't have to do anything. So, you know, and then the brother comes out and, you know, I love Dame speaking for the people. He has a artist, but she's like a stripper. So it's like, what I'm saying is, I know you're speaking for the culture on this side, Mr. Dame, and then you got a stripper, and her name is something red. What's all these names with this red and that red? It's time to come on the right side of the Most High. You know, the brother has his own little TV program type of thing going on, but I think when we're lukewarm, we're never gonna really be able to. We're just never gonna be able to be successful being lukewarm. It's time to come on the side of the Most High. It's time. All of our favorites, guys, our so-called favorites, it wasn't what we thought. And I know it's getting a little late for some of you. So some of you, you know, if you got to come back and watch, but I'm gonna show these things. I got to get through them to show you. And these new children, it's all ridiculous. The people who we thought, let me tell you, fair use for educational purposes only. A grown man getting taken pictures of while he's in the bathtub. Okay?
Too cool to catch a cold.
That's Papa G. Yes. So BT, don't try this at home, kid.
So Tupac is in the bathtub, and he doesn't really have clothes on. He has gold or something on him, and these guys are taking pictures of him. But to claim to be a gangster and doing that just doesn't match. So as we became adults, we have to call a spade a spade. I'm sorry, it's not gangster. So once again, Hollywood has failed us.
Don't try this at home, BG. Professional. Don't try this at home. We know we
You
do.
see him? I don't have any here. Let me get some from the thing. It's alright, I got it, Steven. You got enough there?
Sorry, Tupac fans. You heard that in the background? You heard that?
Great. Come down just a little bit. Let your whole body just come.
Uh-oh, you hear Esau? Come down just a little bit. With your whole body. Come down. Uh-oh.
That's it. Yeah, a little bit more. Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that's tight. That's tight.
Good. Look at that a little longer, please, George.
You're just looking at it, I'm not here, kind of thing, like it would be.
They have this gentleman in the tub with gold on him. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. Babylon is falling. Most High, he's opening it. He's exposing everything. He is exposing everything. Let me tell you, none of these celebrities are going to be able to make it tonight. I don't have anything against them, but I'm telling them, your God don't want you to do what the rest of the nations are doing. It's just what it is. It's time for you to come back to your God. I'm not worrying about the Gentiles because, unfortunately, they have already chosen who they want to follow. We'll know if they want to follow our God or not. We'll know. Fair use for educational purposes only. I told y'all we was going to go in tonight.
Courtyards with his head down.
It's about to be turned up tonight. Boom, boom. It's gonna be turned.
He's with this witch right here. Look at him with this witch.
Everybody, my baby bro, we here. Tomorrow it's time. It's time. What you gonna do to that thing, man? Yeah, they better tune in.
I don't know what. Hey, hold down. I don't know what he's talking about. We gonna do that thing. But listen.
Tune in. Let's go.
Travis! Travis, watch this! Travis!
You want me to sit down with you? What else you want me to do?
Because I'm going to check what you got in your bag.
Yeah, it's hard number hard drives and
Yeah,
laptops.
but listen, want to be cordial? So
I'm
start
super
listening.
cordial. I'm the smoothest.
See, when you go to the other side of the world, they don't care who you are. You're just another Negro to them. Right?
Don't just, you know,
You
just
gonna learn
lies,
quick.
and that's it.
Ain't nothing on me, baby. Nobody gonna move me off of nothing. They can call 911, 1011.
Look at the top. They have a fallen angel at the top of this here. So I don't need to hear anybody tomorrow. Oh, every celebrity ever sell their soul. I'm not here to say that. Let me tell you. Look at their fruits. Check the fruits out. Does that look like the work of Christ? I'm not expecting these people to know Christ, but I'm also not expecting us to think that these people are like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Very.
So, guys, some of these children are thinking that, you know, some of these people are not bad people. I'm not here to say they're bad or good. I'm just telling you, check out the fruits and compare it to the Bible to see if you think that has anything to do with Christ. Huh? Fair use.
It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Because you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Yeah, the feds were.
Right? So let me tell you, it's bigger than what we think it is. Yes, it has this, you know, yes, it has its, I mean, check it out. How does 50 Cent have a documentary about Did He Do It? And all of a sudden this is coming out. It's way deeper. It's way deeper than what we think, people. It's way deeper. All right? And like I said, I can't believe some of these people trying to come out later. Same old stuff. Bill Cosby did this. Let me tell you. Same old stuff, people. Same old stuff. 1 second here. Every year or two or a few years they come out with, Lord have mercy. This poor young brother.
What I deal with Diddy, real street nigga forever. Bitch, I'm the king of Philly.
This is why you can't idolize these rappers, because listen to what this guy just said.
Dream chasers, nigga. I hope they forgive me for what I deal with Diddy. Real street nigga forever. Bitch, I'm the king of Philly.
Brother, you ain't no king of Philly. I'm going to tell you that right now. You definitely not the king of Philly. Diddy is the king of you. And you might want to repent. You a little arrogant guy. It's time for you to humble yourself and repent. Straight up. Man. Let me tell you, it's bad out here. It is bad out here. People telling on themselves, guys. They're telling on themselves. They are telling on themselves, my people. Even, let me tell you, the biggest guys, sometimes are the softest. There you go.
It's hard to tell them apart today.
How do you know that? You see these sideburns? You got them from me.
He showed me his Eastside brother. He was trying to hit on me, but I wouldn't give him.
They're using all our people. They're using all our people. And you know the scary part about this? When they show our people this, our people think this is okay to do, to get money. How many more brothers have you seen in dresses? Our people think this is... You remember Grandmama? What was his name? David something. I forget the brother's name. Let me tell you guys. They continue to make this perpetual for us. It's time for us to turn back to the Most High. You don't see all the things I'm showing tonight, how they're using us and not... Hey, they'll show a few of their people doing this stuff, but they'll promote us doing it. It's time for our brothers to repent. And our brothers out there starting businesses, just like, you know, like they really want to do, but they still have to compromise themselves with this. Right? So it just, I want these brothers, I pray that these brothers come and see themselves like, listen, but the great part about it, they know who we are. They see this kingdom falling. The question is, do they want to fall with it? Huh? The question is, do they want to fall with it? Right? Mr. T.D. Jakes. Fair use for educational purposes only. Lord have mercy. Come on, my brothers. Come on back to the Most High.
You're the finest grandmama I ever saw in my life. 5 kids, 9 grandkids, and still rocking it. She can still twerk for the Lord. Give God a praise.
Been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing? Have been
fair use. I'm sorry that came on so loud. That thing, let me tell you, he come up on that thing with them little tight shorts. You know, them shorts was a little tight for the brother. But this is what's going on where, and you know, this is the thing. I want these celebrities out there and these brothers. Is this how you want your legacy to go out? Did you work this hard? You might not have thought it was going to be this way, but do you want your legacy to go out where you and your family are remembered for nonsense, stupidity? Because there's some good that came out of some of the music, some things. You know, I'm not gonna say, you know, a lot, but there's some things that have helped their families and things like that. But do you want your legacy to be totally demolished? Because that's what Amalek is doing right now. Since you've traded on your people, you didn't think he was going to turn his back on you. That's why the Most High said, don't learn the way of the heathen. Don't make a covenant with them. He said that from the beginning. Because this is how your legacy is going out. People are making memes. Your own people are destroying you right now. They're doing what the enemy wants them to do. It says, imagine having sleep paralysis and seeing Diddy. This is the memes now. I'm trying not to laugh at some of this stuff, but I tell you, boy, some of this, the internet is unforgiving, and let me tell you, you can't make any mistakes on the world. Let me tell you. I don't know if some of you guys get it, but it's like, listen, imagine you stuck. You know, you know what I mean? when you have so-called sleep paralysis, was really a night demon comes on you. But instead of that night demon, Puffy's coming in the room. That's what they talking about. You can't do nothing, and Puffy be so excited. All the videos, I'm just going off the videos they show. He be so excited, like, yeah. You there, you can't move. Oh, yeah? Yeah. You know. Take that. Lord have mercy. Listen, this is how you want your legacy to go out, brother? I know you don't want your legacy going out like this. I know this can't be what you've planned. It can't be. See, the devil turns his back on you when you make a deal with him. Fair use for educational purposes only. See?
Yeah.
Look at that. This how you want your legacy to go out? You see? I mean, I don't know if that's how you want to go out. This is what the enemy have done to you, right? They've turned their back on you. They've totally turned their back on you. One moment. I got to get this last thing really quick because I saw this woman now. Let me tell you, 1 second. I got to send this. 1 second. One second. I gotta get this one. Let me see, can I get this here? Let me see, can I get this one? This last one. Because, I mean, people are coming out the woodworks all of a sudden now. And you got to see the reaction of Esau. I mean, good Lord. You got to see. You got to see this. Let me tell you, the Karens are coming out, boy. Acting as if they're all innocent and all the. Let me tell you. Nah, y'all was down with this thing the whole time. Now when it's time to stone our people, you guys want to. No. Fair use for educational purposes. Check this out. This is the last thing I'm going to show tonight. I want you to see, although jokes aside and all that, look at how evil these people are. How, yeah, okay, he done what he done, but you guys will just go in as if you just didn't do anything. And that's why the Most High is saying, let me at least chastise my people. Because you let me tell you, it tells you in Obadiah, Esau will steal, even if there's no more, let me tell you, they will leave no more when they steal. Nothing. They will try to make sure they steal everything. They're going to go all the way in. Knowing their forefathers came here and took him from our people. All these Gentiles robbed our people. Let me tell you, they clean out. They clean out. And so the Most High is showing our brothers, listen, it's not that he wants to embarrass you, but in a sense, he has to for you to have one last chance to come back. Because it's people like this, when you fall, your people fall, this is how they are. Payday. Take everything from you. They did it to R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby. They try to do it to Prince. I mean, the list goes on. When are we going to learn what this is about? It's not about Puffy and his freak parties. They were partying with him the whole time. Once he starts asking questions, yeah, the brother know who we are about the liquor and, you know what I mean, trying to do it bigger or whatever, but he just has to know you can't do it 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Just can't. Look at this person. And I want to put it out there. I'm not being insensitive. Listen, if something happened to someone, we're righteous people. But what I'm saying is, why did you wait 20, 30 years, 15 years to come out and say this, and you have these broken tears now? Why? I mean, last time I checked, you know, when it comes to certain lawsuits and all that, they be like, listen, you have to file this at a certain time. What's going on? What was happening for 20 years? All of a sudden, since people are talking about it, you feel sad and got tears. Listen, let me tell you, I'm sorry. I am not saying I don't feel sorry, but for me, this is like every other case. It's just normal. I'm not saying I don't believe. I can't really, listen, I'm not the judge of this. But what I'm saying is I think it's really ridiculous. I think this is total garbage that people are coming out late and just doing this. You know what I mean? Like, if any one of us is in court with one of these Edomites sometime, let me tell you, they know how to make that thing look like you. Let me tell you, like you did worse than what their forefathers did when they came over here.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words. It goes beyond just physical harm caused by and during the assault.
Look. It's okay. It's okay, Betty. It's okay. Are you kidding me? I would love to see that same energy for all the babies that's being stolen out here. I would love to see that same energy. Anytime a black man is put up as some poster child of evil, this is them. Anytime there's some type of sickness or cold, it ends up with us being the poster child of it. Yeah, we found something in bat manure and monkey feces, and it's like, hey, so you just assuming we up there playing in monkey feces and bat poop or something? That's disrespectful. We know a lot of things that Esau does or white people do that we don't feel the need to come out and say.
It's a pain that reaches into your very core of who you are and leaving emotional scars that may never fully heal. Some of the hardest parts of this pain are the shame and
listen, they are trying to get a payday. They are trying to empty this brother's bank account in the States so he have nothing left for his family. So the tears and all that, listen, get to the facts. Get to the facts. But they have to they have to put this act on first for people to believe you understand that she did not, engage or whatever. That's why you think all these people stepping down. It's a lot of Edomites and white people who were engaging in this. And now they realize, hey, this brother's worth is this high, yay high. It's time to take from him. We finna get all y'all paid. You going in for this, you going in for that. We finna split the pot. After this brother's talent went out there for them to destroy our people. So Puffy, I hope you see what these people have done and what they're doing to you so you can repent to the Most High. And if they're going to do what they're going to do to you, you might want to repent, brother. Don't think about suicide, because I hear this little thing out there. Repent genuinely and contrite to the Most High. Because I see these moments where I feel like you have these little moments where you want to be genuine. And you got to be genuine like that with the Most High. Okay? We're not going to get into this thing of his mother and all that because it was a little comfortable, but that's his private situation with his mother. I'm not going to go there, but I'm just saying, it's time for the brother to repent.
Yeah. I have experienced that plays a negative part in my day-to-day ability to function properly.
I can't even listen to all that.
I was also faced with disbelief and judgment. This has put a strain on my selection of.
I can't even go through all that. I think it's total garbage. And let me tell you, I seen Dr. Sebi's son just recently come on. And I mean, hey, about this Yaki Awakens person and somebody named Chalk Bar or something like that, saying that they're frauds. So we'll go into that another time. And let me tell you, so I tell a lot of you guys, y'all try to listen to every health person, thinking every health person is deep. A lot of these are involved with a lot of this stuff too, scam artists. So let me tell you, the Most High is exposing all of this stuff. And I believe that it's a spirit that have went out to expose all of this stuff. Just for our people to start awakening, because a lot of our people are seeing this stuff like, wow, Biggie was really like this. Tupac was really like this. This is what was really going on. There's even things out there that says, hey, I hope it's not true, that Tupac was Puffy's lover and all that, saying that Puffy has a tattoo of Tupac on there with a skull and a bandana. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that means till death do us part. But but Tupac took some of the pictures with Puffy, and they're saying that Keefy D even saying that Puffy and Tupac, to them back in the days, they was lovers. Puffy security saying everybody know Tupac and Puffy was real close. So I'm just gonna say that. So the same way that Biggie was close with Puffy. So I pray that's not true, but I just left it alone. I'm like, listen, I'm in Christ. All of this Hollywood stuff was all garbage. It had some good to it, but it's I just let it go. I eat the meat and spit out the bones. Right? So, hey, and I don't know Sebi's son, but I can tell you right now. Because Wendy Williams said some things too against the industry. But what I'm saying is, you should know by now that, no offense against Yaki Awakens, but according to scriptures, hey, that's a sleep. You're going to be taking a sleeping pill. All right? But anyway, guys, it's 10 o'clock here. I know it's a little late there. It might be 11 or 12 where you guys are. We'll take some call-ins soon because I have a few shows lined up. I have a few shows lined up pretty soon. And one moment, let me see some of these shows I have lined up. Just so you guys know, I have a show called The Black Wife Effect coming soon, showing the power of Jacob, when Gentiles are married to them, and how that can affect them, and how they were not acting that way before. We're going to get some call-ins on that because that seems pretty interesting to me, how the Gentiles will take and use up everything that we've created, but they seem to still benefit from it, and we don't. And they try to look down on us when they marry our people as if, like, no. And I'm not saying that happens in every situation, but yeah, the black wife effect, man, is a thing. Okay? The spiritual war and the carnal. All right? How fighting spiritual, you get the outcome of God's will, using its fruits of the spirit. Fighting the fleshly way, you get the outcome of the flesh to fulfill the lusts of the flesh. So we'll be going into that. All right? From Hollywood to hell, or from Hebrew to Israel heaven. These are just ideas I'll be going in soon. How these two lifestyles affect in a negative or a positive way, like we talked about earlier. So these are the few things I'll be going into pretty soon to get some call-ins and have a discussion about these things. So stay tuned. And we will be talking about some things. Sometimes I'll come on here because I have another Men's Day about getting the brothers in shape and the sisters in shape. So we will be getting a little bit more in tune with that. Stay tuned. I have something I will be releasing soon. I'm excited to be releasing a new product and some other few things that's going to be pretty exciting. Boy, I mean, that's going to be a big show too. I have a very big show on a new product I'm releasing that's going to help thousands of people if it be the Most High's will. Men, women, children, the elderly. Okay. And some other stuff I can't talk about right now, but it's coming soon. So get ready to get your mind right. Don't forget, you better get in shape if you can't run from a dog. Okay? So, as a matter of fact, I wonder, can I show that? Let me see, can I show that on here before I get off of here? Because that, Malak did a nice little, yeah, let me show that to you guys really quick before we get out of here. 1 second. Yeah, let me show you that really quick. This is a neat shirt. I mean, I really like this shirt. I really like this shirt. And I like my Proven by Water, Proven by Fire shirts. I'm going to give a shout out to them. I just dropped a new fitness video on Instagram and Facebook. I like to drop these videos to motivate the brothers and sisters to stay in shape. So I think that's very important to keep our health on point. All right. So, I mean, I was motivated to see some of these brothers in their 50s and 60s up there hitting these pull-ups and push-ups with ease. And some of the youth couldn't even do it. So that was very inspiring to see. So, yeah, that was very inspiring to see, man. So y'all keep up the great work out there. And if you're not in shape or not able to do it yet, hey, start somewhere. Start somewhere, all right? Stay encouraged and start somewhere. I want to show this really quick, the back of the shirt, because you guys were not able to see the back of the shirt. So this is Malak's new shirt he just dropped. Let's see, can I make it a little bigger? Better get in shape if you can't run from a dog.
If you can't run from a dog, a higher was on, you know, we roaming the woods like a hog. Decomposing their motives like them other parts to be under a law.
1 second.
We can see in the fog. We the chosen, not folding a hopeless media fraud. Wizard of Oz, the key to the call. The 7 is climbing. We on heavenly timing. Better get in shape if you can't run from a dog. A higher was on, you know, we roaming the woods like a hog. Decomposing their motives like them other parts to be under a law. We can see in the fog. We the chosen, not folding a hopeless media fraud. Wizard of Oz, the key to the call.
So that's some of Deacon Malak's shirts right there, right? And I'm going to show you the beginning again because I know it didn't finish in the beginning, just really quick. But man, the back of this shirt, I love it because on the front it's like, hey, you better get in shape. But on the back, if you can't run from a dog like the dog chasing you. So I mean, people stopped me in the store when I got some of these shirts on. Actually, someone stopped us in the store when I had my Proven by Water, Proven by Fire shirt when I was with Deacon Malak on the Tabernacles, and it was a Gentile. He says, man, are you guys Hebrew Israelites? I said, brother, I don't really know what that is. Basically, with all due respect, I said, I don't really go by what the media says. I said, we're actually born Jews by blood. And that's with all due respect. And he says, and I said, we don't really get into the religion thing. And, and I said, I'm very good with I'm a very good people person. So, and he respected. He was very actually excited. He said, yeah, I'm a Messianic Jew as a white guy. Messianic Jew. And are you guys, celebrating Sukkot? I said, well, we're doing our tabernacles. And he said, yeah, I just wanted to come by and shake you guys' hands. So just remember to stay positive out there. And, just stay doing what we're doing. Because let me tell you, the world is waking up, guys. So sometimes these shirts, they help people. They help even some of the Gentiles, you know what I mean, to wake up. It's just what it is. So you guys are doing a great work out there.
Better get in shape if you can't run from a dog.
Let me redo it because for whatever reason. They go the back of it. You see the back of it?
It was like a hog. Decomposing their motives like them other parts to be under a law. We can see in the fog.
So yeah, that's the shirt there. I just want to put that out there. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, go get swole in your shirt. Make it look good. Make that thing look good. Don't get swole. Get the traps up, and let's get that money. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get me some food. I gotta get ready for this gym tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do with Key, and don't forget to be looking out for the next Hebrew and Bible Academy. Make sure you go to historytimes.org to make sure you stay tuned for our Hebrew and Bible Academy. It's good to be back. We have a lot of shows lined up for you guys, a lot of good things coming, a lot of things in the works, okay? So I'm excited about these things, and keep fighting. Even though the devil is always going to be throwing his tactics, don't get discouraged. There's a lot going on. Our kingdom is coming, and peace and blessings to you guys. Make sure you go to KIIYSupplements.com. And you know what? Sometimes you need this good old anxiety formula. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need this good old ashwagandha. Sometimes you need it. You know what I mean? So make sure you go to KIIYSupplements.com. But I have something very, oh boy, so powerful that I have to be careful what and how I say it. So just stay tuned. Because it's coming, and I got something that's fly for the nation. You know what I mean as well. So peace and blessings to you all. Have a good night, and just make sure you go to historytimes.org.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.